Hey, what's good, chat? We're gonna be kind of sitting on the stream starting soon thing for a hot minute because I am dumb. I said I was gonna fix the. Oh. You good, PlayStation? I might have to restart my computer. I'm dumb. I forgot to change the banner, or update the banner, so I'm fixing that right now. I'm literally in Photoshop right now, and I'm gonna fix it. Just because it's a really quick fix. It's literally just changing the text. I want to like update it all again, anyways, and say something new, but. That works. I don't know, it feels a little weird to have it just say Tuesday through Thursday and Saturday, Sunday, but eh. Like I said, I kind of want to make a new graphic in general. But I want to like update my graphics to begin with. I actually kind of wanted to make something more like Persona related. Because I'm loving this game. I'm absolutely adoring Persona. Right, did I save them as JPEGs? No, I saved them as PNGs. Right. Same cannot be said of my thumbnails. Yes, replace the banner. I'm gonna go update that on Twitch right now. That'll be under my settings. Pog. Except, I guess we can't really say Pog Champ anymore. Well, I mean, we can still say Pog Champ, right? They're just... Unfortunately, PogChamp has been... It's been deleted. Can't believe Twitch staff shot PogChamp. Update. Upload a photo. Hopefully I have a folder full of all kinds of stuff with this. It's really easy. It's like all really organized. I have to like do a little bit of extra organizing in it, but... Success. Beautiful. We hit view image now, and now it says and Saturday Sundays. Cool. So that's updated. I forgot to do that. Thumbnails were updated. I did that yesterday. I actually did the thumbnails. I didn't do the other stuff. But again, as far as thumbnails are concerned, there is a VODs channel where I'm throwing all of the Twitch VODs over on. Being updated literally as soon as physically possible with new VODs. Every time I finish a stream, I drop them over onto the YouTube channel. So they usually take a couple of hours. Yeah, like 13 hours ago was the upload for yesterday's stream, so they usually go up around like 5 a.m. then, I guess, at this point. So yeah. And they're usually up by the next day. I got some nice looking thumbnails. I do say so myself. I mean, it's very simple. I literally threw it together. Quality actually, it's a little rough. I might have to update the file type and then redo it all. Just because it looks a little chunky. The like bottom left corner looks a little like distorted and kind of almost like there was some artifacting, but it's not that big of a deal. It does look a little rough though. Yeah, no, they're all 21 streams. The previous Persona 5 streams are up there. As I said before, the first like 19 are kind of like all in a big mismatched order, but 20 forward should be all good, and there is a playlist that has all of it in order for you, if you care. Once the DMCA claims go away, or at the very least I get a response on those, because those are taking forever to get responses from, I will be basically just trimming out some of the dead air, just because it doesn't need to be there. So that's really the only editing I'm going to be doing in those. But I have to wait for those claims on the first few before I can do anything about it. Just really annoying. Which I'm gonna check that right now too. Are those still going? 18 more days, and then they literally have to respond. I mean, I'm probably not gonna get a response until the 30 days is up. Which I wanna vent for a moment about that. So, when I ported over the 19 VODs, 4 of them got hit immediately. Literally, like, the moment they were done processing on YouTube, they got hit with copyright claims. Now, copyright claims on YouTube aren't that big of a deal. It's just a thing about monetization. The VOD channel can't be monetized anyways. It doesn't meet the requirements, so it's not that big of a deal regarding that. It doesn't really affect me at all. There's no negative outcomes or anything like that. It just kind of is there. And if it were monetized, I'm like 99% sure that the person who claimed the copyright would then get all of the monetization for the video, which is kind of dumb. Because literally an entire 4-hour video loses its monetization, and then all of the money goes to someone over 90 seconds of music that is part of the video game, and therefore is protected under fair use. Or at least it should be. Especially considering there's commentary over it as well. Like, it's just actively me playing the game. It's dumb. So I did dispute the claims just out of principle more than anything, because it's dumb. It's stupid, and it shouldn't happen. And I have to wait 30 days at longest before the claims are resolved. So, that's fun. Otherwise, that's my little rant. I think it's dumb. I think it's stupid that that's even a thing that can happen. Like, I understand that there's not really a way, because it was automated. Like, it's so obviously automated considering how fast they got hit. I mean, literally, like, instantaneously on the upload they got hit. So it's pretty obvious what had happened. That it was like an automated bot system flagging them, but I don't know, man. It's still dumb. It still makes me mad. Because there's no reason for that. But, whatever. But that's my little rant about that. Oh my god, keyboard! Alright, that all said and done. I think we're good after I change my monitor. Let's start the game up. Thought I've ranted for like 5 minutes about how stupid YouTube is. I mean, it's fine, you know? I can only do so much of it. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, there we go. Do that. I'm just dropping this audio on my end a little bit. Actually, I don't know. Does that affect? Oh, it does. Interesting. Huh. I guess that makes sense. It's kind of weird though. But should just be getting the audio raw from the capture card. Just setting the audio back to what it normally is, so it's 20. We're good to go. Alright, what did we do?
I should write something.
We're kind of, I think we're in a position of just like, we can't leave the house, right? We're kind of stuck indoors. Yeah. Can I do stuff?
Oh.
I can. I will beat this game if it's the last thing I do.
Okay.
Yes, we're using the technique. I will beat this. I will beat this RNG garbage. Oh, artillery high. I like 4s, 8s, and 12s. Roll it. Got 6 rolls, let's do it. Huh. That's a 9. Man, I love rolling 9s. 10. It's closer. 7. Also kind of close. 7 again. The most common roll. 6. Fuck. Oh my god. Why is this last level so impossible? I'm about to give up on it, man. I'm coming back to this game later. I don't want to wait. I don't want to keep wasting my time. There's gotta be like some other like cheat codes or something. That will be the last game we defeat. The rest of them should be pretty easy. God, our reputation is just
Damned phantom thieves.
Have they found the phantom thieves yet? Government and the police are useless. Are they even trying? They wouldn't spend tax dollars just to sit on their asses. We all do, honestly. Mysterious group of murderers, an inept government? What's the world coming to these days? It's talking trash about us. Yeah, maybe it's because they think we murdered someone that we didn't actually do. It's not our fault. Police are here again? How many times has this been now? Our school's gotten famous for all the wrong reasons. They revoked their honor status? The school's the school is so messed up. Hold up, did they? Oh no. I wonder if the culprit really is from us. Did they revoke Costume his honor status? Bro, that's wrong. That's messed up.
They were there today too, right?
What?
Yeah. What do those damn cops think they are? They can't just stare us all down like that.
Is that Yuri Lowenthal?
Maybe the rumors are true. Maybe there's a phantom thief at our school.
There's like 4. Actually, there's like 5. 4? 5. 5. Joker, Haru, An, Ryuji, and Makoto, right? They're the only ones from the school? So yeah, 5. Hi, Kawakami. Yusuke goes to a different school. Futaba doesn't go to school.
Down.
And that's everyone that we have right now, other than Morgana, but Morgana's a cat. Okay, listen up. Police are here at the school, so be sure not to get in their way. Oh, and for various reasons, the school festival got moved to the 25th. There's talk of canceling it, but we couldn't just do that. I'm sure the preparations will be rough. Don't push yourselves too hard. Really? On a weekday? What kind of reasons are there? All this stuff about the principal and Kamoshida this year? I guess it's not a surprise. I mean, yeah, school reputation is kind of non-existent now. Who left their whole bento box behind me? Man, the police are going to be interrogating all of the students here? Seriously? The police are at Shujin. They haven't come to my school. They're calling students individually out of class to speak with them? Wait, does that mean we're gonna get called in too? Second years will start in the afternoon. Make sure you prepare yourselves mentally for this. They've gotta be looking for the culprit, right? Who knows? Be careful, guys. You should probably try not to say much. We'll see through any lies you might try telling. I know. In any case, don't tell them anything unnecessary. It's a good thing I'm a great liar.
Well then, next up is Takamaki-san, and you two will go together. Huh? Why together?
What's me to speed it up?
Why? They'll probably have one of you wait outside. That's how they've been doing it so far.
They just speed the process a little bit.
Right. Those are the instructions the detectives gave us. Just don't say more than is necessary, and try and get it over with quick.
Understandable.
Take a seat.
What up?
We're sorry to take your time. This will be over quick.
I hope so.
Let's see.
That is my name.
Ah, yes. You're the one currently under probation.
Correct?
It says here you had a dispute with Mr. Kamoshida?
Yeah, that happened.
You're more hot-blooded than you look. You spend time with quite an interesting group. Yusuke Kitagawa and Haru Okumura? The more friends, the better, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to have taken your time. You're free to go now. Oh, I almost forgot. There's just one more thing I have to ask you.
Uh-oh.
Do you think the Phantom Thieves are associated with this school?
Ooh. I hope not, or maybe. I mean, like, they did. I think, like, personally, like, if I were in this position, I would probably go with a maybe, in all honesty. Because there is clearly a connection to the school, considering Kamoshida, and apparently the principal, granted that is not us, but is a thing that happened. Supposedly, he was given a calling card. Granted, it was not by us, but he was still given a calling card. Which connects the Phantom Thieves to the school 2 times. So clearly there's something up with that, right? But flat out denying it seems wrong. I'll just go with maybe. It's possible.
Surprisingly, that's the response we get from most people your age.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Well, that makes sense.
Your responses will serve as great reference material. Takamaki-san is next. Could you ask her to come in?
Yeah, no problem. Right on, you're up next. Don't tell them we're the Phantom Thieves. Just leave. Just ask the door is still open. Don't tell them we're Phantom Thieves.
I almost stuttered a few times.
Yeah.
I thought I was used to police questioning by now, too.
It's okay, Hard.
Seems we were all asked the same questions.
That's how they get you. They do that on purpose, then wait for someone to slip up.
I hope you didn't.
I mean, well, that is true. In this scenario, even if we are a group of friends, like, just because we say whether or not, like, they're like, oh, do you think the Phantom Thieves are associated with the school? And I'm like, maybe, and Ryuji's like, I don't think so. That doesn't inherently mean anything suspicious about all of us. Like, people have different opinions. Like, it's fine. You know, like...
It was probably fine. Oh, I would have been done for if they saw how sweaty my hands were, though.
To think my name would come up as well.
Yeah, that is kind of weird that they would specifically mention Yusuke. I didn't even think about that. But he just kind of rattled off Yusuke and Haru, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever. And then I was like, wait a second. Why would they specific? I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Because Madarame.
Sounds like we can't take the police lightly either.
Hey, didn't you think that detective guy was scary?
It's a nice one? It's normal to me.
Not to me. He looked like someone who's dealt with dangerous criminals.
Let's refer to the big one.
Sorry
back.
for all of this. It's because of my sister.
That's not true, Mako-chan.
It's not as though I hadn't predicted this would happen, but now that it's become reality, I'm unsure of what to do.
We need to make sure we don't draw suspicion, and work to clear our names. Right?
Right.
Right.
It ain't your fault, Makoto.
I agree.
I'm gonna try to see how far along this investigation really is. I'm worried about the police too, but as of now, anyone in this city could be a mole. We were so popular too.
Haru, can I ask you to search your father's belongings for clues about a possible culprit? I know it may be tough on you.
No, it's okay. Now isn't the time for me to look away.
Damn, Haru. You go,
As for
girl.
everyone else, you need to be cautious of how you spend your time at school. So, I've decided to have you 3 second years join me on the school festival executive committee.
Why?
It will allow us to gather without drawing suspicion. Plus, trying to blend in will only do the opposite.
Also, isn't that suspicious considering we're considered old friends, so friends would want other friends to help them with it.
Fine.
I agree. The more time I have to kill, the more time I'll spend worrying about all this stuff. No matter what happens, I don't want to regret my decisions.
Don't jinx it!
It would be no surprise if they came directly to our homes for questioning. They showed up at your school after all. I should remain cautious.
I agree, you say.
For now, The best option is to stay on the defensive. But we won't make progress at this rate. Let's try and figure out who the real culprit is somehow, okay?
Of course.
This is bad. Someone totally framed us. Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
Oh!
Yeah, let's finish up the ICU movie, I guess. Or like series. We can go return it like a day or two.
If you try to save both the mother and the baby, you'll lose them both. Or I could save them both. I can do this. You need to trust me.
What are the daily struggles of doctors working in an emergency ward?
That's incredible.
This guy doesn't just have the word surrender in his dictionary, does he? I mean, we finished watching ICU, huh? I think it's about kindness from watching the film. It's the craft cinema. I was able to enjoy the show at a deeper level. Nice. I think either, well, yeah, Guts or Charm,
Okay.
maybe? I don't know. I mean, Guts should be kind of close to maxing out right now, actually, so.
Well then.
Well, it's starting to get late. Let's head to bed. Alright. Go to sleep.
Yes. I have another suggestion. Call for the arrest of the Phantom Thieves, then mobilize the police. The rest will go as you mentioned. Still, I'm truly amazed at the atrocious methods you come up with.
Internet's being super fickle still. I wonder what kind of people the culprits are. Probably some idiot with a misguided sense of justice. Idiots. I mean, there are definitely some idiots among us, but... Can they just arrest those guys already? No. Investigations is on it. I'm sure they'll be caught soon. What people are they? What do they look like? A bunch of high school kids.
What's going on?
I totally froze up when the cops talked to me. But they consider me a suspect now. How much longer are they gonna do this? Too busy preparing for the school festival or anything? Why did the school decide to have the festival so late anyway? I mean, changing the date just because our school's all over the news? Moving the next Tuesday only makes more work for us. We'll be able to invite friends from other schools now that we're holding the festival on a weekday. It'll also be an inconvenience to anyone who we already invited. My God. And what about the post-festival party? Will there be enough people for the student sharing special? It's gonna be a real weird festival. Morale so low. Actually, on the note about people being nervous with the investigations and whatnot, I think that's just like a sentiment that a lot of people would share. If they were being heavily investigated by police in their school, like... I know I would be freaking out. I'd be like, I didn't do anything, and they're gonna think that I'm a suspect because I'm gonna be all nervous and scared and not know how to answer things. And they're gonna feel like it was him, he did it. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. But no. Normally that stuff doesn't. Usually people don't get wrongly convicted. I say usually because it does happen, but it doesn't happen as often as people being correctly convicted. Anyways, really annoying media, we've been getting phone calls in the faculty office. The absurdity of it all. Who exactly are the Phantom Thieves? That's what we want to know. And they have no clue what method they're using? Killing someone without directly interacting with them is like magic. Speaking of magic, did you know there's magic in math too? A magic square? The square in which adding up the numbers in any row, column, or diagonal gives you the same total. Please look at that. Like a unit square? Oh, it's Sudoku.
Do you know this one?
Tell me the total count for each column in this magic square. Well, two squares can contain the same number. It's Sudoku. For each column? shit. I mean... Oh, God. I don't remember. Sudoku. I think it's 15, right? For like each individual, at least for within like a 3x3, like 15. And the whole thing has to add up to 45. Yeah.
This is it.
Correct.
I'm a genius that knows how to do math. Yeah, so you could technically figure out that Sudoku block just on those numbers alone. Because you want to know which numbers fit in the empty squares? Yeah. 3x3 square only has one kind, but a 4x4 square has 880 possibilities. The 5x5, there are more than 200 million. Sudoku is... Of course I'm a genius.
Going.
I have a big brain stat. As you can see, it's maxed out. And to choose, you try to find the Phantom Thieves. There's still 200 million magic squares. And choose the magic squares hands down. They might both be magic. Magic squares can be calculated. Math doesn't kill anyone. Well, math has certainly been used to kill people, but it has not inherently killed anyone. You ever got there looking for the culprit is getting me down? It's fine. Back on, Tommy. So, what do we gotta do with the school festival's exec committee? Let them help with the questionnaires? What questionnaires? Ones regarding who people want to see as the guest of honor. Oh, right, the thing we do every year. You even have those lame guests come to do a panel, right? Festival's dates were changed because of the situation. We need to hurry and tell you the results. In the student council room once classes are over. Ugh, it's so damn boring. Don't be like that, it's so we can meet up without standing out. Do what we can at the moment. We're making sure to work hard at home. But you do that all the time. I can still look stuff up, so did you find anything hard? How about that? No good, huh? I'm sorry. No, arouse suspicion if I ask too many detailed questions. No worries. I'll manage on my end somehow. Counting on you. I can't go, but message me if anything happens. I will leave this to you guys. My apologies, but I cannot be of much help in this situation. It's okay, Yusuke. You go to a different school. I don't expect you to do anything, so...
Damn it. We don't have time to be doing crap like this.
You don't need to keep mentioning it. We're doing this to keep suspicions off of us, remember?
Goro Akechi. This one too, Akechi.
They're mostly the same over here as well.
My boy? I want my boy to
Everyone's
show.
so eloquent when they can be anonymous. It's like they never accepted us to begin with. It would be nice if you did some work too, Ryuji-kun. You came to help us count these, right? Come on, leader. Can you tell him too?
Just relax, Ryuji.
Aren't you taking this a little too lightly?
Oh, I didn't mean it in that context. I meant like relax as in like, don't worry about the public's opinion. Focus on.
Oh, look here. This ain't good.
Oh?
Criminal profiling? The acts of thievery committed by the Phantom Thieves are mere fakes. And their true goal is murder? Every heart they changed before Okumura was just a warm-up?
So now they're accusing us of being a bunch of killers.
I mean... like, technically that's not entirely wrong. There is truth in that. Everything before Okumura was a warm-up.
God, this is so effing stupid. Damn it!
But not from murder.
We have the results. First place is Goro Akechi.
My boy.
What? Akechi?
What are you so surprised for? We've been mentioning him this whole time.
Seriously? Not some singer or an idol?
It's because of us that his popularity has skyrocketed.
I mean, to a degree, yes, but he was also just popular beforehand.
We're the ones counting the results. Can't we just make him up? We don't have to get him.
People will figure that out. He won by a landslide.
Yeah. People aren't stupid.
I knew people would vote for him, but this is way more votes than I was expecting.
It would be best for us to avoid inviting such a clear danger upon ourselves.
Or, hear me out here, it would make things even better for us. Because it removes a lot of the suspicion on us if we invite him. Because why would we invite someone that so clearly wants to take down the Phantom Thieves? I mean, if that's what he wants, then avoiding him would clearly be the right course of action. But by inviting him, it makes us seem less suspicious, because we're like, yeah, of course we want to catch you here.
I'd like a little more time to think about who to ask.
Akechi.
That reminds me. How is Futaba-chan doing? She seemed like she was looking into something on her own. Has she told you anything?
Yeah, not a word.
It's not that I don't trust her, but...
She doesn't, I mean, she tends to keep to herself anyway, so.
Even one clue would work wonders for us. We should let her continue with her own investigation.
True.
I hope she finds something.
She usually does. She's very useful. Just a little... Oh, I don't know.
Hey. In response to the police identifying the Phantom Thieves as primary suspects, Goro Akechi had this to say.
Even though my opinion has been met with criticism, I've held fast that the Phantom Thieves are not just. However, I believe the recent series of suspicious deaths is unrelated to their actions.
What?
Oh!
Did I hear you correctly?
Is he big brain?
But Akechi-san, you were the first to caution everyone about the Phantom Thieves. Were you not?
Is he big brain?
This doesn't change the fact that they are indeed a dangerous group. That said, I would like to express that immediately linking them to this case is far too hasty.
He is big brain. I knew it. Akechi is a god. I
There are
love
still
Akechi.
many questions to be answered here. It feels as though there is more to this.
Exactly. He knows what's up. He is so big brain. This is why I love Akechi, man. This is right here. This is why I love him. He's not easily fooled like the public. He's too smart for that. He knows that clearly something's up in the shadows. It's too strange.
After this conference, Akechi-san announced he will be limiting his media appearances and...
I wonder why the sudden change.
Because he's right. I'm super stuck on my Okumura investigation. Seriously? You're having trouble with this shit? What should we do? Let's meet up and discuss our options as soon as possible. Tomorrow? The earlier the better, right? Though I still haven't come up with anything myself. It said 2 heads are better than 1, so I can only imagine that 8 heads may produce. That's a weird way of phrasing it, but okay. That's a good way of thinking. Totally an Inari idea? What? Okay, let's do everything we can right now, even if it means crossing some dangerous bridges. Considering how far we've come, we can't be particular about our methodology.
What are you staring at your phone like that for? Oh, are you going through a breakup?
Pretty much.
You're trying to show off. Don't get cocky, kid. By the way, you haven't been causing any trouble, have you? I heard the police showed up at your school.
That's something about me.
As long as you're not getting involved. Well, fine.
Tojiro's a good guy.
Nice.
Oh, are we actually able to like go out and do stuff? Dang, alright. Shop's open? Alright. That's cool. In that case, before we do anything, I will swing on over to Shibuya to Default shop is closed. It's like right across, isn't it? A little ways forward. Finish watching ICU, so we can go return that real quick and grab a new one.
What would you like?
Oh god, there's new ones too. Freedom. A writer-editor battle looming deadlines, praised for its gutsy tension. Mouse MD. Funny. Oh, I'll take the. Oh, Guts is actually pretty close to ranking up, anyways. We'll take the kindness one. I assume there's also new books at this point, if I haven't grabbed them already.
Welcome.
Nope. Okay. At least not in this bookstore. Maybe in a different area, but. Well, we can hang out with EY. I see that couple over there making out. That's kind of gross, bro. Do that in your own place. Don't do that in the street. That is mostly a joke. I personally don't really care. But Japan actually has like a thing about that. They're not super big on that. It's not called EY? That's the weapons negative. Discount. Until we will get that on this one. We'll get it a little later. So we can hang out with EY. There's someone in Shinjuku. Ichijoji shopping district. I would assume probably Akechi. It's gonna be. Well, let's talk to I've really been talking to the fortune teller lady. Chihaya. The other day, right? I remember you. They're very abnormal destiny, I said. Please take a seat. Want to purchase a holy stone, huh? For just 100,000 yen? You change your fate. Not only change your fate, but also give you incredible luck. If you end up buying one, you should go home and test it out. What do you want to do? Yeah, I'll buy it. I have the money. Thank you very much. Here you go. The holy stone. Hopefully it's not useless.
Mm-hmm.
It's the right thing to do, considering this is the only way to avoid misfortune. It's already charged with a happiness aura, so you'll feel the effects right away. Don't forget to recharge it with moonlight every 3 days. You stop by again and let me know how your fate changed. Goodbye.
Ah, you're back.
Oh, you're home. I was just about to close up shop, but I forgot to turn the stove on. I guess you start forgetting things more the older you get.
Hey!
Similar to that fortune teller, the chief won the lottery. What kind of luck we'll have this time around? It'd be awesome, right? I mean, we paid 100,000 yen for this fully. Ow! What the heck? Can you get that thing a little cleaner? We can't be comfortable with all this gravel at the bottom of the. Wait. What's that feeling about this?
Hey.
Hey, do you mind looking over the shop while I.
For real?
The stone shattered? What's gotten into you?
Whoa!
This tastes salty? Hey, the holy stone is just salt?
Hmm?
What's going on? I'm just a bit salty. You're salty? Never mind, we're just about to head out and grab some salt for the shop. I'll be back in a bit. I think this is technically a rock salt. I've seen the chief grinding some up before. Wait, in that case, maybe the holy stone's supposed to help you get better at cooking? Fortune teller trick. What? You're saying she scammed us out of 100,000 yen? Could have bought loads of fatty tuna with that money?
No way!
So the holy stone was really just a phony stone? Shut up. That fortune teller's name was Chihaya, right? He clearly has some kind of mystical power, but this is just unacceptable. You need to go complain to her? Because of the holy stone I bought from Chihaya as a fake? Go talk to her and try to figure out her true intentions? I can't believe she would sell me just raw rock salt. What does the detective think he's doing? He's trying to get popular, isn't he? He wants to stand out. He's being a genius. He has the biggest brain. That's why Akechi is the best boy. No one can contest that now. He's the only one that knows what's happening. Hurry up and arrest the Phantom Thieves already? Curious, it seems like he knows something. That he found out some really juicy secret. I mean, probably. That's Takeshi we're talking about. He is the biggest brain, smartest boy in the whole world.
Makoto, has Nijima-san told you anything about the investigation?
Probably not.
Well, Sis actually stopped mentioning anything about work in front of me. It's possible I made some sort of mistake. Regardless, I thought over the matter of who we're going to invite for our school festival.
Akechi.
I'm considering asking Akechi-kun.
Please do.
For real?
Yes, for real. We're doing it. Bring Akechi.
Weren't you talking about how you didn't want to draw danger to us or whatever?
Is she about okay? If she's about to say what I said when it was brought up on Big Brain,
I understand this is dangerous, but without a powerful source of intel, we won't be able to win against the police network, and I can no longer rely on my sister for information.
Oh.
Wait, is this because of Akechi-kun's police connections? You're going to use him as your powerful source of intel? Bold move. I'm surprised to hear that suggestion coming from you, Makoto.
Yeah, not what I was expecting her to say. Actually.
Did you see his press conference yesterday?
I did. It was
One
great.
of his comments defending the Phantom Thieves stood out to me. There is more to this. I think he said that knowing for certain that the Phantom Thieves would be watching.
Still, there will be so many other students at the school festival. What are the odds of success?
It's a gamble, and the odds are less than favorable, but we can no longer afford to hesitate. What are your thoughts? Should we invite Akechi-kun?
Oh, yes. 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 100%. 1000%
Okay,
yes.
then. Is everyone else okay with that?
The more time I can spend with my boy, the better.
I'm good. Whatever he says has got to be more reliable than what I've been able to come up with.
It would be reassuring to gain him as an ally, rather than simply a source of information.
True.
Hold on, how are we even gonna get in touch with him? It's not like we got his contact info.
Actually, I do.
For real?
For real?
Could you send that my way, please?
I'll contact him right away.
Gotta say, I'm really not big on this Akechi deal.
Oh, I'm huge on it.
Now's no time to be petty.
Just think of him as a source of intel, nothing more.
I think of him as a lot more than just a source of intel.
I have a response already. He says, let me think about it.
Wait a sec, didn't he say he wasn't gonna do any more stuff for the media?
That's likely why he's so hesitant.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do if he turns us down?
Yeah, it would be kind of like strange to have him go out and be like, I'm not going to do any more media appearances or anything like that. And then immediately, like 2 days later, be like, hey guys, I'm out of the media here. What's going on?
I'll keep trying. Maybe frustrating, but he's all we have at the moment. We need him to do it no matter what.
We're counting on you, Makoto.
I love him. I would have thought we'd end up relying on Akechi.
Hey!
What are you planning on doing with the fortune teller? She scammed out 100,000 yen, right? I plan on going to talk to her in the micro. I know it's Sunday though. Before I do that though, I'm gonna swing over to Akihabara real quick. I just want to see if Mishima's here. Let's go. We've got Mishima at 10 now, so. Over to swing to the arcade. Is there anything new? Ooh, there is something new.
Wow!
Alright, let's do it. Let's blow a whole bunch of money on a stupid prize. Oh, look at it. It's so cute, actually. Like a little ghost. Little sun and moon ghost.
Wow! Okay.
I swear. Japan is really good at making the little mascots and stuff. did it!
Nice going.
That's impressed. I got a Wana doll? So when you live to get home? I agree. That's literally all I wanted to do here. I just wanted to check the arcade and see if there was any prize. Alright. Where? You can get to Shinjuku, the red light district. I need to go talk to this stupid woman.
Hey!
Does she have a holy stone? She's at the client? We're talking about the holy stone? You want to eavesdrop on them? Yeah. How are you healing? I'm fine. It's my fault anyway. You said so. He says he doesn't want to hit me, but I just make him so mad. Oh. Let's just you break up with him? Things are only going to get worse at this rate. But I'm the only person that cares about him. If I leave, how will he survive? Don't worry about him. He is not the problem. He's not the one who needs to be worried about. You are the one that needs to be worried about. Jesus, is there any other way?
Now.
Let's ask the tarot. Oh, divine power, shed light upon her fate.
Is this?
Yes, I've seen everything. I can sense a dark presence within your boyfriend. His heart seems to be possessed by a demon. This demon may hide itself away at times, but when it strikes, it will bring with it great misery. What kind of misery? He will be hospitalized for severe injuries suffered in a domestic abuse incident, and he will be arrested. What? Hospitalized? Arrested? I knew I shouldn't have let Yuya throw my holy stone away. He said I shouldn't be wasting my money on some dumb rock, but I should be giving it to him instead. My punishment for letting him do that, right? Please, let me buy another one for you.
What?
What? You want another? My next stone will need to be even bigger. I'm a little low on cash at the moment, but you said I can pay it up to 36 installments, right? Truthfully, I feel breaking up with him would be the best. I can't abandon Yuya.
For real?
Really thinks her boyfriend will stop being abusive as long as she has a holy stone? There's no way that could be true, right? It's just Roxanne. Right. Make our jobs way easier if you could really change someone's heart with a holy stone. Clear that Chihaya has some fortune-telling skills, but that stone isn't going to do anything. Hey, why don't we change that Yuya guy's heart ourselves? I mean, he's hurting this woman here, right? This is the perfect chance for the Phantom Thieves to save her. Meowing.
What?
Hey, were you eavesdropping on us? That's an invasion of privacy, you know. It's not good to scam people. I don't appreciate your accusation.
The thing is...
You see, some fates in this world are simply inescapable. Even within your boyfriend's heart, it cannot be exercised by normal human methodologies. Fate is absolute. Although, I guess you may be able to control the demon's temper if you bought another holy stone. I'm not entirely sure who you are, but do you know of any other way I can approach this problem? What's your boyfriend's name? Huh? Full name is Yuya Uchimura. Why do you want to know? What are you planning on doing? Yes, what do you expect to change with that meager information? You'll see. What? You honestly believe you can do something? I trust you.
Goodness gracious!
Excuse me? Feels like he's telling the truth. Besides, Yuya has all my money. He's going to pay me back someday. But for now, I would rather put my trust in this one boy than 36 payments for a holy stone. What? You, what do you think you're doing? Keep making false accusations like that divine power will rain punishment down upon you. You look so pleased with yourself. I've seen everything. A vision of you groveling on the ground. Fate cannot be changed, and I will prove that fact to you. If that woman stays with her abusive boyfriend, she will meet a horrible injury within a year's time. Now, if you honestly believe you can change her destiny, go ahead and try. If you realize the error in your thinking, come back and let the true expert handle things. I will save her with the holy stone. Well then, are we done here? I'm way too busy for this. Alright. still going down. Oh, hi, Kasumi. What up?
Well...
Senpai, have you been sleeping well? You look kind of tired. Might not be in my place to ask, but are you okay? What do you mean?
No.
Never mind, it's nothing. That reminds me, tomorrow's the school festival, isn't it? Is your class finished with preparations? It feels kind of nice working with everyone to put all the things together. I hope you all have fun time tomorrow. Well, I'm going to do some training today, so please excuse me. Good kid, good kid. Kasumi's great. I love Kasumi. I love everyone. I say it every time.
Hey.
You hear who we're getting for a guest this year? Ah, you mean Akechi, right? Kinda saw that coming. Everyone I know voted for him. Didn't he say he wasn't going to make any more appearances, though? Why did he agree to come here? Probably has to do with the Phantom Thieves. Wasn't Akechi going around saying how evil they were before? Oh yeah, that proves they're connected to our school somehow, then. Hey, you're right. Maybe he'll tell us some stuff about the case. No way am I going to miss the panel this year. They just say whatever they want with no thought. But for now, we'll just need to endure it, at least until we can get some more intel. Look how nobody questions that I just have this cat in my bag, like, clearly meowing like crazy. It's kind of been established that whenever he talks, it just sounds like meowing.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Maruki, what up? Indeed, you did. You did meet a friend from college the other day. How was there? Pretty cool. Ah, that went down the wrong way. Sorry, I'm just taking some sips of water. Man. Anyways, I met a friend from college the other day. I got caught up talking about old times. Those old stories sounded too crazy to be true, now that we've got so many years behind us. Sometimes people have a hard time remembering what's real and what's exaggerated. This kind of stuff happens to you guys too, right? But there's a reason for this. This phenomenon has a name too.
How about you?
Alright. Me. From a psychological standpoint, what's the key reason our memories can differ from reality? It's called memory bias? I think it's called memory bias, right? It's not, I mean, forgetfulness is the thing, but I'm pretty sure it's just called memory bias.
This is it. Right.
Yeah. I know things. I'm smart. I know very basic things about psychology. I took a psychology course. That's right, impressive. The type of cognitive bias that can impair or even alter your memories. Specifically, the name of the phenomenon in question is called false memory. Like the name implies, it's a case where our brain may generate memories that simply aren't true. Oh.
Nice
That's
going.
really smart, yeah. I am big brain. Me and Akechi are both big brain. The difference between inaccurate memories and the facts can lead to a lot of confusion. Still, if your subconscious desires manifest as a memory, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. That's memories, huh? It's totally real to the person, right? What a strange concept. It's actually not that... I mean, it is, like, strange, but conceptually I don't think it's that weird. Maybe it's just me. Our grades! Oh, how did I do? How did I do? How did I do? How did I do? Damn, I'm dead. Look at that. Look at the guy who got top score. I wonder what score I got. On top of the glass! Let's go!
Hey!
I think everyone's gonna have their eyes on you. I'm a genius. Oh, I got the biggest brain. I'm so smart. I'm so happy. Oh. Buzz buzz. Any word from Akechi? Nothing. But tomorrow's the start of the school festival. Will it be okay? If Akechi can decline our offer, we won't have a guest. Huh? That's what you're worried about? I appreciate the concern, but it will be fine. I just need to get Akechi-kun to agree to this somehow. Yep. What's that bastard up to anyways? He hasn't done anything since he said he was going to go into hiding. I'm not sure I'll try. I'm not sure. I'll try explaining the circumstances surrounding the school festival to him again. Hopefully he can give me a response by the end of the day. Let you know if I make any progress on that front. Why don't I go talk to him? Like... I'm supposedly friends with him, right? Oh. Well.
Welcome home.
There we go. That answers that question. Hi. Hi, Akechi. How's it going? Honey, I'm whole. I kind of want to hit it. I'm not gonna lie.
You're back awfully late. How has business been for you lately?
Take a look around. Is the Nijima lady doing well?
Unfortunately, we haven't seen each other lately. We had a difference of opinion.
Well, breakups happen. It's okay, Akachi.
What are your thoughts, Representative Shido?
Ooh.
It doesn't surprise me that people say our country is lethargic. We've let these phantom thieves run amok.
That man's voice.
And because they've targeted only prominent figures, our government leaders have been hesitant to act. I apologize for any concern they may have caused, and will henceforth search for an apt countermeasure.
That politician's really honorable. I like how quick he says he's gonna do everything.
This is an important undertaking, and one I intend to confront with every asset available to me. The selfish criminals enacting this social reform are in fact the ones most deserving of reformation. Answering to the interests of the people as hastily as possible is my natural duty as a politician.
Man, this guy is admirable.
Rampant political scandals.
Doesn't happen, but
Thieves
people
on
don't
the
do
loose.
that. I don't know
As
what
sad
does
as it
that.
is, this is the state of our nation.
Just like in a public, like literally in the cafe, just like, I don't really like this guy. He's really cool. Like nobody does that. Literally nobody does that. It is Keith Silverstein. Okay. Sorry, I thought I recognized the voice, and that's.
We must resolve this problem, and I assure the people of this noble
But obviously
country
he
that
appeared multiple
I
times in the game.
will do just that.
But I wanted to check that out real quick. What's that guy? I might have been somewhere before.
What are you standing there staring off into space for? You're creeping me out.
That's nothing.
I'm not worried or anything. You're just blocking the store entrance.
That politician is honest and carries an overwhelming amount of charisma. It feels like a trustworthy leader for Japan has finally come forth.
No.
Don't you think, boss?
Sorry, wasn't listening.
Criminals, Well, that must be how he sees it. However, that is ignorant of their true nature.
You on the thief side?
Maybe somewhat of a stretch to say I'm on their side. Having said that, I won't deny that I empathize with them on some level. If this Okumura incident was not the Phantom Thieves, if they only changed the hearts of criminals, then even though they can't be considered innocent, perhaps my goals are not so different from theirs.
That's a tough choice, actually. I love him. Every time he talks, I'm just mesmerized. Like I'm not even joking. I'm actually being honest. I have never had a character in any game where that is the case. Like genuinely, where I'm just like, there's just something about him that's just like I'm just so drawn to it. I don't know why, but I am just super drawn to the character. Also,
I knew there was something special about you. Ever since the first time we met.
Things I'm special.
I feel as though I could tell you anything during our conversations. Oh, that reminds me. I've been invited to a panel at Shujin Academy, and... wait. I'm sure you know that already. Considering it's such a good opportunity, I've decided to accept the offer.
Oh, nice.
Thank you for the coffee. It was delicious.
Glad you liked it.
I'm happy I could see you. I'll be going now.
Oh, I'm happy I could see you too, Akashi. God, I love. Oh, man. I do not apologize for my actions regarding Akashi. It was going on about some real complicated stuff. He's probably a fair bit smarter than you, huh? I don't know, I did just hit top of my class. Oh, I didn't notice I got a response from Akashi. He accepted the lecture invitation. I heard. Huh? Really? By the way, the real issue is what we do next. Lectures in the afternoon on the second day, yes? Wait, you're going to our school festival? During my exam weeks, I'll be able to go in the afternoon. You afford that distraction? How's your studying going? Decently. Incidentally, the counselor will be at the festival as well. Oh, Dr. Markey? Probably. I see. Finally, I shall witness his skills for myself. Perhaps I should prepare a gift. They say first impressions are everything. I don't know if he'll even be there. If anything it's confirmed, I'll drop you a line. Much obliged. You want to come too, Futaba? Come on, it'll be fun. Seriously? I don't see why not. We should all walk around together tomorrow. Sounds good. At a time like this is a perfect chance for us to relax. Alright, okay, this seems a little soon. I am, thank you. I've always dreamed of walking around my school festival with friends. Suppose if you say it like that, I can resign myself to enjoying our time there too. Thanks, Haru. It's my pleasure. Haru's nice. Article-worthy news? No, shut up. I'm sorry, Oyo. I'm so mean to her. She didn't do anything. Like, she literally didn't do anything. It's not even her fault. Like, I just don't like her. Yeah, let's do the match.
Good evening.
Gold's key to victory lies in retreating. It means at times retreating is an effective strategy in order to attack with your next move. It may be good for you to remember that as well. Does it teach you Chogi at a different location from time to time? Change the mood? Somewhere outside without too many people. May not be many such places. Well then, shall we play a match today? Gonna become closer? I don't think my bond will deepen just... That's okay then. You're thinking, do you want to hang out with Hifumi? Don't hang out with Hifumi. I should invite her to pick a cheer apart. Do it. I see, that's
I
excellent.
look forward to it.
I know it's sudden, but I'd like you to take me there. Might be able to think of a good move. Oh, what a cute uniform. Yes, I feel like I could play shogi at a different pace. The scenery, the sounds, the smells. Totally use all 5 of my senses. Hopefully I can come up with some new ideas. Glad to hear that.
Yes.
Change in sensibility changes one's choice of moves. It may help you improve as well. They've opened up new opportunities through shogi. You're like a shogi piece filled with endless moves. I don't know what kind of person you will become. Just imagining all the possibilities is fun. Starting to get the feeling new move will come to me.
Well then.
Well then. Now that we feel refreshed, let us play fair and square. But we've always been food, but we're strong.
Okay.
We should stop
Let's end here for today.
It's a very soft voice. Oh, I never done 23%. Alright. Typical bandwagon GG. Let's go.
The festival seems to be a success.
Let's hear.
There's definitely a lot more people than last year.
Well, yeah. This place got famous and all. The Phantom Thieves, Kamoshida, Principal Kobayakawa. On top of that, we got Akechi as a guest.
There may be police officers in plainclothes, too.
I was just about to say there might be, like, police or media as well here.
Actually, they probably are here. We better be careful about what we discuss.
Acting like normal students is going to be important.
What do you normally do at a school festival? Look around at the exhibits and eat stuff?
There's no set rules for this kind of thing. Walk around and hang out, like when we went to the beach.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a great time. Enjoy yourself.
I think I can do it if I've got everyone with me.
No problem.
You're so laid back. There's a possibility that your name and Ryuji's have come up.
A number of the teachers had been questioned before, and even we were interviewed the other day too.
Don't let your guard down too much.
It's true that the initial members have been at this for a long time, making it easier to get tracked.
All right.
Now, let's leave it at that. We just need to be mindful about what we're saying, correct? Oh,
You seem to be having quite a lot of fun, Haru. You did mention that you were looking forward to this.
I mean, is it really like a bad thing?
I want to go around with everyone and eat at the refreshment stands.
This'll be a great change of pace from all the nasty stuff lately.
Shall we head off to the stands then?
Let's do it.
Oh, right. This is your first time at our school festival.
True.
They're pretty good, from what I've heard.
I know a great one. Follow me.
Everyone looks so nice.
This is the place.
Made takoyaki?
New customers! I'll show you all to your seats.
So, it's your class's stand.
It's still a refreshment stand, isn't it? It's like a deserted island here.
That's rude.
Well, I guess it's good for talking since there aren't any people here.
We heard a lot of rumors even on our way here.
And it was all bullshit.
Here she comes. Act normal.
Who cares? There's nothing normal about this anymore.
Dang.
Welcome home. May I take your order?
Take my order? What happened to the maid atmosphere?
There are a lot of odd flavors.
Stick to a normal one. I bet they...
I'm so sorry. We sold our last normal one to the previous customer.
That is not surprising.
The hell?
Well then, I'll have the mentai cheese takoyaki.
I'm sorry. We're out of cod roe.
Then how about the squid?
We're currently out catching squid. It'll probably take another 5 or 6 hours.
What do you think?
Doesn't even sound remotely possible. Ain't this whole menu just a sham?
Actually, we spent most of our budget on making the maid costumes look nice. We didn't put too much effort into the octopus.
Oh, I can see that.
Yuji, you're making a scene. Then, what would you recommend with what you have now?
That would be the Russian takoyaki.
That's kind of funny. All the budget went to making the maid costume. For the maid costume.
This will take a little time.
Let's forget about the octopus and get back on topic.
On that note, hearing Kamoshida being almost treated like a victim makes me want to eat my stress away.
I've even heard conjecture that the principal was targeted for reasons like he knew too much.
I kept hearing about Goro Akechi's popularity.
All thanks to the Phantom Thieves.
Not
You
entirely.
know, did that Akechi guy agree to show up here because he believes we didn't kill anybody?
Yes.
Or he may simply love large gatherings.
No, I actually don't think he does.
Oh, true. He didn't seem like he minded being pampered by the media at all.
What are you talking about? He literally said he finds it exhausting at one point, I'm pretty sure. Am I
We
dumb?
plan on stealing intel, but we might fall into another trap. I'm gonna be bummed if that happens.
I'm almost positive at some point he said that he finds it tiring and exhausting. Maybe it was in one of the, like, hanging out with him moments. Actually, yeah, no, it was, right? Because that was when we, like, messed up his hair and everything and made him look more like, or, like, just like a normal person and not himself. And everyone was like, oh, clearly it's not Akechi. He was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Ugh. But yeah, that is possible.
We won't let that happen. Still, it doesn't change the fact that we don't know what Akechi-kun is planning.
It's pretty obvious what he's planning, I think.
Thank you for the wait.
Ooh, it's fresh made.
Lies. I heard a microwave go off.
Well, it's not like I was expecting crispy takoyaki at a school festival or anything. So, what makes this a Russian takoyaki?
That's what it said on the
Could they be
package.
jamming it as a secret ingredient? That sounds quite delicious.
Is that like
Well, one of these is special.
One of them's obviously red. That's gotta be the one.
Dude, don't tell me the Russian part means...
It's like going for the obvious one is manly.
Is that so?
Well, I'd prefer the most beautifully shaped one. but all of them are misshapen.
Understandable use case.
Oh, aren't you all going to eat? I think I'll go for the special one.
Wait, is she honestly going for it?
Do you want to go for the red one?
Think it'll be spicy?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, everyone's all here.
Akechi, my boy, what up, girl? How you doing?
The panel isn't until tomorrow, though.
I came to check out the venue. I can't make any mistakes since a lot of people will be present.
Someone's eager.
I wouldn't say eager.
But people ended up recognizing me. Everyone bombarded me with questions. That's because you were sloppy.
Shut up, Ryuji.
I grew tired of the baseless rumors they kept bringing up, so I escaped to where there weren't any people. I'm going to have one of these.
The special one!
Let's just call this my performance fee.
But...
Alright, I'll be honest, that's kind of douchey.
It's fine. It's quite the...
Oh.
Eating it in one bite is a bad idea.
My throat. This is... oh, my stomach. It burns.
Are you okay? Do you need water?
I'm fine. I just love spicy stuff.
I love this. I love it.
Hey, does he sound broken to you?
Well then, I'll see you tomorrow.
I love Akechi. I love him. He's the best.
Wow, he's
Dog.
really trying to hold it together. He's waddling around like some comedian.
It's like he wants to get picked up for some commercial or something.
I respect it though. The extreme desire to not want to show like any downsides to you. Just like I clearly I love this. This is great. I get it. I feel
Did he
that.
truly come to simply check the venue?
Probably not, but
This isn't good. I keep suspecting every little thing.
I feel like okay. Don't get me wrong. Clearly there's a lot going on, but I do feel like we're kind of like really pushing a little too much. We're being too paranoid. We think everything is a clue or a setup or a trap. It's just not. Some things are just there. Like, it's just,
I know what you
just
mean.
there.
I'm doing the same too.
I think that's kind of
I
what we're
need
getting
to
at
do
here.
my best tomorrow. We need to somehow get him to be our source of intel. I'm gonna pull this off no matter what.
That Akechi guy, when he got here, didn't he say that everyone's all here? Everyone?
He did.
You're just imagining things.
No, that's exactly what he said. He said, "Oh, everyone's all here."
So, I guess we got through all of it okay?
Ryuji's just being dumb and not picking up on very simple clues that clearly indicate that Akechi knows more than he's letting on.
Yes, but the associated mental fatigue was extraordinary. Being cautious takes a lot out of you.
Seriously, I think I'm as tired now as I am after midterms.
I didn't mind any of that. I just love seeing that detective gulp down the special takoyaki. I had fun as well, since I got to spend time with you all.
That's
What
nice,
would you
Haru.
like to do now, Haru? Walk around a little more?
I appreciate the gesture, but I'm satisfied with stopping here. Why don't we go home and rest up? We'll have to deal with Akechi-kun again tomorrow, after all.
I have to agree.
I don't like the connotation of that statement.
What will his next move be? Oh?
Wait, Yusuke's missing. Where'd he wander off to? Always doing whatever he pleases. Think he's still checking out all the festival stalls?
Let's head back.
Well, I'm sure he'll be fine. This is Yusuke we're talking about. Let's head home. He's probably just like talking, or he probably like found Maruki or something. Yeah. Excuse me, are you Dr. Takudo Maruki, correct? Or you are Dr. Takudo Maruki?
Yes.
Yeah.
My
name is Yusuke Kitagawa. I'm a student of the Fine Arts Division at Kosei High. I do apologize for interrupting your day, but ever since Ryuji and Alden first spoke of you, I've grown quite intrigued. Now, I wish to speak with you as well. Oh, Sakamoto-kun and Takanagi-san?
Quite.
Well, I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me. You heard about the counseling, correct?
Indeed.
Correct. Now teach me how to unshackle the human heart and glimpse into its endless abyss.
Hold on.
Whoa, hold on there. How should I put this? Your enthusiasm is appreciated, but I suspect there's a huge misunderstanding about what I do. I apologize, I simply couldn't contain my excitement. Would you still permit me to witness your counseling skills in action? That's not really allowed, huh?
How about it?
Oh, but how about this? Why not try out my counseling yourself instead? Me? Mm-hmm. Of course, there's no challenge. All you'd have to do is chat with me for a bit.
Well then.
Very well, you and I shall go head to head. I'm not sure what you think happens in counseling, but there won't be any of that. I see, so you are Madarame-san. It's in the past. How curious. I never imagined counseling to be like this.
Well,
Well, I'd say this is less counseling and more about building a rapport. When someone first comes to see me, we always start with them telling me a bit about themselves. A method of self-reflection that relies on speaking with another person so as to sort through one's own emotion. It's rather similar to the internal cross-examination I perform when working on my art. There really shouldn't be any cross-examining in a proper counseling session, though. I just do my best to guide patients in a positive direction so they can improve their lives. At the very least, I talk them through their problems so they can make the correct choices for themselves.
I see.
However, if you're the one leading them to their conclusions, are they truly making the choices for themselves? Isn't that just submitting to another person's will? In all honesty, I'm sure there are people out there who think that. Life in this world confines people to certain frames of mind sometimes, without them even realizing it. If I can help lift the weight off their shoulders and free their minds, I believe the results are worth it.
Indeed.
Understandable.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for speaking with me. It's been a most valuable experience.
Oh, yes.
Before you go, Tagawa-kun, what would you say your greatest wish in life at the moment? Is your greatest wish in the moment? Could it be success as an artist? No, that's not it. The desire I have for my art is for it to improve through my own efforts. I see. Then, what would you wish for? I would wish for the world to see my mother's painting for the masterpiece that it is, no matter how briefly. And if at all possible, I would also wish to meet a wonderful master, one who would take me in and guide my brush with care. I see.
All right. Thank you.
At any rate, I must be going now, so please excuse me. I hope we meet again someday. Very interesting. Not what I would have expected.
Well then.
That was the moment of truth, Ketch's panel. Indeed it is. Apologies for suddenly disappearing like that. Legend of the Lost Inari has come to an end. Where the hell were you? Did you seriously get lost? I saw a man who resembled Dr. Maruki, so I went to see him. So he was there? Did you go to his counseling? Yes, it was certainly not what I was expecting. Once this is all over, I think I'd like to go to another session. Not to cause them any trouble, alright? I'll do my best. Are you all at home? I'm at home? Are you still at school, Yusuke? No, I just got back to the dorm. I'm getting ready for bed. Already? Is that unusual? Tomorrow's Akechi-kun's panel, after all. An early night means he'll be able to concentrate tomorrow. That's true. We'll need to stay focused tomorrow. You have to stay calm no matter what he says. Alright, so keep that in mind. We'll get to Makoto to get as much information as we can from Akechi. Make sure we don't miss anything. Photo time. What a time. This is when we were at the food stand. Oh, look at Futaba and Haru. So cute. Man, even Yakisoba looks high class and Haru's eating it. Please, you're exaggerating. I think this is my first time having yakisoba from a food stand, though. It was more delicious than I'd imagined. It was. It wasn't the instant stuff. It's so good. Yeah, I don't know why, but food from a stall is always weirdly tasty. Speaking of, where are the pictures of us, Anne? They're on. Oh, we got pics of us too, right? I want the one you took of my yakisoba with the big red mountain of ginger. Oh, no, that one went straight into the trash. I had dry seaweed all over my teeth. Unfortunate. Okay. Well. What's that? Moon and sun? I guess that means they're ready 24/7. Look at that, there's so many. Am I able to do things?
Oh.
What? Yeah. Like punch ouch.
Okay.
Punch the ouch. Let's start punch ouch.
Well then.
By the way, haven't you read that secret technique book? This way to increase the time you have for the inputs, making it easier to beat, right? Yeah, we'll use it. I probably won't need it, but makes sense since you learned how to. Alright, let's do this.
Oh!
Huh? Is this a gym? Oh, there's a weird old guy standing over there. How are you feeling? I'll be responsible for training you today. It's closely what I've got to tell you. Start by reviewing the basics.
I see.
Oh, so there's a practice aid before you get to the real action. First up is sway. You'll need to predict your opponent's attacks and dodge them. Sway around my attack and smack it with a counter punch. Here we go. The D-pad and press X. Ugh. Good job. You did well. Remember how to do that. Next up is the flurry. It keeps fast consecutive hits. A small guy like you's gonna have to focus on quick attacks over heavy hitting punches. Grab my glove and hit. Easy. Alright, good job. Make sure you keep working at it though. Sway and dodge attacks. Use that opportunity to unleash a brutal flurry of punches. That's gotta be your golden combo. Alright, that could be a sway and flurry combination. Here we go. Nice toss. Now onto the flurry. Ugh. Good work. You're in incredible shape. I hope you can do this in your matches too.
Nice.
Good, I can even help, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, shot during the fight was so cool. I did it. Beat the crap out of an old man. Good job, me.
Nice.
You're tired after how into it you were getting? Let's stop here for today, okay? I can't believe my social stats are like almost cat. That's wild. Kindness is like so, I mean, kindness is kind of far away though. So that's unfortunate. Because we like only recently leveled it up to 4. My boy.
We will now begin today's panel. Our guest of honor is Goro Akechi.
Oh, I love you, Goro Akechi.
I feel kind of bad considering how many people have gathered. I'm sure you all would have been happier to have a singer or a mascot appear, wouldn't you say?
We'd appreciate if you could tell us about your experiences with the notorious Phantom Thieves. It'd be wonderful if you could let us hear more about your actual investigative process.
I'm not used to being the one interrogated, so please go easy on me.
How much do you think he knows?
He's so charming, I love him.
He talks about the Phantom Thieves are dangerous, yet he says they haven't committed any murders. Either he has an idea who the true culprit is, or he has uncovered the identities of the Phantom Thieves.
Come on, Makoto. You gotta get it out of him.
As much as you're allowed to say, would you tell us how far along your investigation is on them?
Getting right to the point, I see. Well, if it's as much as I'm allowed to say, then everything on TV and the internet is all of it. We don't have any leads yet, and the methods behind their crimes are still unclear.
I see. Even with this country's power, arresting them is proving to be difficult. Is that the case?
I wouldn't phrase it that way, but, well, something like that.
Thank you for answering that question. By the way, it seems you've denied a correlation between the Phantom Thieves and the murders. Why the sudden change? Until now, haven't you upheld your stance that the Phantom Thieves are dangerous?
The smart boy. We've been over this, Makoto.
How are you so positive that they haven't committed murder?
Are you a little too comfortable interrogating people? Why, it's as if you're a prosecutor.
Won't you tell us? What reason is there that you'd claim their innocence?
I mean, her sister is a prosecutor, so I guess it does make sense, right?
Mako-chan's really pressing for an answer.
Of course.
She's pelting him with questions.
Every person whose heart they changed have truly been criminals, including Okumura. Why then was he the only one who needed to be killed?
Why is that?
I must admit, I couldn't deduce a reason. That's why I believe that case should be thought of as if a different party is responsible. And if, this is all hypothetical, mind you, if the Phantom Thieves are the ones I know of, I can't possibly imagine they would kill anyone.
Your comment just now, does this mean the police have already identified who they are?
Yeah, that phrasing is a little weird.
Oh, no. The police haven't gotten that far yet.
Very particular phrasing to say the police.
But I have my own conclusions about the true identities
Yep.
of the Phantom Thieves.
He knows more than the police.
He's gotta be bluffing.
No.
Pipe down. He's lying, right?
No, Haru, no.
What if it's the truth?
You're not going to ask me who they are?
It may have repercussions on the investigation. Are you sure you can share that with us?
It's only my personal opinion, so announcing that here wouldn't pose a problem.
I like how he literally turned this around, by the way. Like, this went from we're gonna grill Akechi and get all the information we can out of him to Akechi now being like, what, you don't want to ask me about it? I mean, I'm just presenting it, like, full on to you, like, oh, by all means.
However, there is a possibility that everyone present will hear the truth before the police or media.
The truth? What's he planning on saying?
That's quite the confidence you have, if you're so certain. Then very well. I'd like to ask you then. Who do you think the Phantom Thieves are, Akechi-san?
That idiot!
No, Ryuji. This is hard.
There's no way he could have any evidence.
They're people you all know quite well. The identity of the Phantom Thieves are... it's mine. I apologize for the interruption, but I can't turn off my phone due to my job.
Understandable,
Would you
Akechi's
mind
cool.
if I step away for about 10 minutes or so?
I'm terribly sorry, everyone, but we'll be taking a break. We'll resume the panel in 10 minutes.
Please don't troll me online for this interruption, okay?
I hope they don't.
Is there a room I may use?
There's the PE faculty office.
I want you to come too. There's a matter I want to discuss. Your friends from yesterday are here, aren't they? Can you bring them too, if that's all right?
I think we're about to get the answer.
Did you set this up?
We only have 10 minutes, you know.
Oh, I love my smart boy. He's so smart.
What do you want to talk about?
He's a genius. I love him. He's so good.
No.
That's gotta be shopped.
That's a weird way to say it.
I have video footage too. Please, let's not feign ignorance. All of you can go to that other world too. Yes.
Phrasing is weird on that. Yeah. Us too.
It's not just all of you. I am aware of that world too.
Okay.
I also know that when you traverse over there, your appearance changes as well. It's because of those mysterious powers, isn't it? I found out about that world about a month ago. This had been installed onto my phone without my knowledge.
Huh.
Dude, it's the nav.
That's so weird.
When the app activated on its own, the scenery around me suddenly changed. Quite frankly, I still can't believe it myself. But from the look of these photos, all of you seem quite used to it.
We've been listening to you blab on for a while now, but cut the delusional...
All of you are acting as Phantom Thieves in the metaverse. I can say so
Wow.
with conviction because I have the same power as you.
Damn, he just came out and said it. Yeah.
So you admit it then?
I mean, if you're gonna Hey, with that much conviction and gusto, I got nothing.
In all honesty, I've been curious about you since the time of the Madarame case. But to think it would end up like this.
We didn't kill anyone!
I believe that as well.
How can you be so sure?
Well...
Because I saw another. The real culprit.
Uh-huh.
For real?
Again with the for real. Man, I feel like it's the same one every time, too.
Who was it?
I couldn't identify his face. He had a mask on, after all. Actually, when I took these photos, I entered that world too. That's when I saw someone else moving about, besides all of you. He shot at me the moment he noticed me.
How dare
That's
you?
who killed President Okumura?
Most likely. At the very least, I was almost killed by him. I can't die here. I need to determine the truth. When those thoughts overcame me, I awakened to that power. A most fortunate accident.
Well, I wish I could have seen it.
This guy has a persona too?
This cat. I swear, it just talked.
Correct.
Morgana, our teammate who taught us about the metaverse.
Really? This is unbelievable. But it is true that you know things that I don't.
That's
Say,
interesting, yeah.
Morgana, were you also the one who instructed them on how to change people's hearts? I experienced that world too. But I still haven't solved that mystery yet.
We go in the metaverse, we call them palaces, to steal the core of their desires, their treasure. And those whose treasure has been stolen have a change of heart.
Yep.
Ah. There's certainly no way anyone could figure out such an MO.
Anyways, back to what you were talking about. Are we in this mess because of that guy?
Probably.
Although I don't completely understand the method, all you do is simply reform people. Someone else is behind the murders. However, the police have decided that the Phantom Thieves did it. They'll arrest you at this rate.
That explains why he probably hasn't stated who it is yet.
They're going to treat me as my father's murderer?
I can't overlook such a grave mistake, which is precisely why I want us to strike a deal. I may be able to save you from this situation.
I hope so.
A deal?
I would like you to cooperate with me on investigating the truth.
And if we decline?
Then I think I'll have to inform the police about all of you, along with that video I mentioned.
This ain't no deal, it's blackmail!
I mean, tomato, tomato.
Say what you will. This is the method that I believe is correct. The justice I uphold will not tolerate criminals who kill people at their leisure.
You just said we're not criminals, though.
Justice.
You've heard that Sai-san is the one spearheading the investigation about you Phantom Thieves, correct? The higher-ups are concerned only with settling the case. They want to capture the culprits behind the psychotic breakdown incidents and end the commotion. Those are the ones who are putting pressure on Sai-san. I can only imagine her impatience.
What of evidence that we did it? How do they intend on proving it?
Even if there's no objective explanation to the method, it's over once causality is established. Sai-san can't make rational judgments at the moment. If she were to be cornered, well, she may even make up a confession.
Make it up?
So, they're gonna make it all our fault? Just because they feel like it?
That's kind of what it sounds like.
We haven't killed anyone, though! And we're still going to be arrested?
You'll be found guilty if you're caught. And it will be treated as a very serious crime.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Bullshit! None of that makes any sense!
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do alone anymore to stop the flow of things.
And that's why you want our cooperation.
Yes. In return, I'll turn a blind eye to what you've done. Those are my conditions.
But in other words, deal is figure out who's the one running around killing people and causing mental shutdowns. And he won't spill the beans on who the Phantom Thieves are.
That said, I ask that you disband the Phantom Thieves after this.
No, and then also disband the Phantom Thieves.
What should we do about Akechi-san's proposal?
This that the only way?
I can understand how you feel. It must be hard making a decision on the spot like this. Well, you don't have to decide at the moment. Considering this is you we're talking about, I believe you'll come to a favorable reply. I'm glad we could talk. It's been a while since I've been able to spend such a meaningful time like this. I look forward to your answer. It was definitely worth coming today, for various reasons. We should be getting back. About that, I'm sorry. Would it be acceptable if we ended the panel here? The reason why you called for me in the first place was because you wanted intel, correct?
Dang, this man is biggest brain.
My business is concluded as well.
I'll deal with it somehow.
Damn it! He had complete control over us!
And that's exactly how I like it. I do not apologize for that.
Hey, they're going.
What?
I'm sorry about the sudden break. An urgent task came in. So, I truly apologize about this, but I'll have to end things here today.
To make up for the time that was planned for this panel, the Rakugo Research Club will instead be...
I can't say anything in detail regarding the Phantom Thieves investigation, but I feel another great stride will occur again soon. I hope you all continue to pay attention to what happens.
Let's have a big round of applause for today's guest, Goro Akechi.
Oh, my mic didn't pick up the clapping. Feels bad.
Was that really
I was
our
clapping
best
for him.
course of action? He totally used Makoto's suggestion against us.
Indeed. We intended to get intel out of him, but to think it would play out like this.
So what? We'll just accept his deal?
He's got evidence on us. We really don't have a choice.
Damn it! What are we gonna do?
Calm down, Ryuji.
How am I supposed to calm down? What are we gonna do?
What do you mean we're gonna follow through with the deal? That's what we're gonna do.
What's done is done. We'll have to cool our heads and think more on this. We must make up our minds by the time he contacts us again.
We need to give this a lot of thought.
Similar occurrences followed in succession earlier this spring.
Hold up. Why is there a calling card here?
Although things have quieted down until recently, several incidents have occurred once again. Furthermore, new information has come to light about the suspect who suffered sudden mental shutdown. He had received a calling card from the Phantom Thieves.
Why did Futaba have something like this?
Oh.
If a calling card was delivered, we can only assume that the Phantom Thieves are behind it. If so, those occurrences back in spring can be attributed to them as well. Moreover...
I knew it. She's... Oh, God.
Oh no, we're Sojiro. He doesn't deserve this.
The post-festival party is about to begin in the gymnasium. Please join us, everybody.
Post-festival party? I thought this thing was over. Nobody invited you to it, so let's just go home.
Huh?
Oh, this Kasumi about to invite me to it?
Senpai, aren't you going to the post-festival party?
I'm not sure yet.
Then why don't we go together? Festivals don't come around every day, so we may as well enjoy it while we can.
That's fair.
It seems like it's already begun. Let's get in there, Senpai!
Oh my god.
And now, it's time for your favorite Shuji tradition, the student sharing special!
The what now?
But before that, we've decided to change things up this year.
What is the student sharing thing?
We've
What?
got a huge surprise for you all. Members of the dance club, come on down.
Oh god.
Now everybody, join in. Don't fall behind the dance club.
That The girl in the back. I dig the outfit.
Just standing around while everyone dances is embarrassing. Senpai, let's do it!
Let's bust a move! Oh god. What the fuck?
Very impressive, Senpai.
Why is he like actually basic?
Hey, you're Yoshizawa-san, right? The first year? We've got a little favor to ask you.
Got it. I'm in. Senpai, I'll be back soon. They've asked me to help them with something.
Oh?
Just wait here and watch what happens.
Oh, okay. Anime? Anime? Oh, let's go. I'm excited.
Huh? Yo, who's that? Huh?
Bro. She is amazing. Random guy in the background.
That's crazy.
I don't know if I'd say it's crazy, but it is great. It's very, very good. She's a great dancer. The animation's also very nice. Is this an invitation? What's the party with Constantine to cool off a bit outside?
That was so exhausting, but what a blast! I feel like I danced my heart out back there.
As great as I expected.
Thank you.
What a great dancer.
Wow, that dance was amazing.
I know, right? I was totally blown away.
Oh?
It's my dad. He's telling me to come home before it gets too late.
Well.
Sorry to leave you like this, but I have to get going.
Yeah, want me to walk Constantine?
Thank you. I'll be alright though.
Oh, okay, well.
The post-festival party was so much fun. Especially with you.
Dang.
See you soon.
Really coming in with the big words. Heard it down, the dance is over. Gotta head home. Man, time is flying. This was a party is about to begin. Would you like to go together? I tried to think about what happened earlier, but that has gotten me nowhere. So I could use a change of pace. How about it? Use the message. Yeah, you want to go to the post-festival party and try to calm down? Can't really decide on what Akechi was saying anyways. I'm still pretty pissed though. Oh, Mishiba's here with me. You should join. Ooh, do I hang with the boys? My rank 10 confidant boys? I think I'll hang out with Haru. Yeah. Thank you. I'll be waiting at the gymnasium. Should head to the gym.
All right, that was a
Indeed.
give them another round of applause.
Woo. Good job, Dance Club.
I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about what Akechi-kun said.
I'll think about that now.
Yes. I was looking forward to this party, so we should enjoy it.
And now it's time for your favorite Shujin tradition, the student sharing special.
This too. What is okay? What is this? Like, are you going to explain it?
Sharing? I
Definitely
never
explain
knew we
it.
had such an event.
All right, who has something to say? Anyone? Anyone? No? I'll just have to pick someone then.
Oh, he's going to choose? I wonder who it would be.
How about that fluffy-haired girl over there? I choose you.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh.
Is he looking this way?
Indeed.
Well then, come on up.
He's talking to me, isn't he?
It's because you're cute.
Oh,
Come, everyone's waiting.
Hey, go, Haru.
I'm going.
Go for it, Haru.
And your name is? Wait, you're a Kumura-san?
Yes. She's
I'm sure you're, still grieving. My, deepest apologies.
Man, way to make it really awkward, bro.
Oh, please don't worry. So, do you have anything you'd like to share with us?
Ah, okay.
Something to share.
The student sharing special.
Many things.
It's kind of dumb.
Here, let me give you a question then. Do you think the Phantom Thieves are really Shujin students?
Huh? Oh?
He's going in for
That's...
I mean, they are, your father's killers. We're all dying to know what Akechi-kun was going to say about their true identities. So, are they from Shujin? What do you think, Okumura-san?
Haru's in trouble. I need to change the subject.
Well,
Oh, 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 dang. Do you have a boyfriend?
To tell you the truth, I'm interested in that myself.
really? Wow, way to go!
I think it was him.
Oh, wait!
So, Okumura-san, what's your relation to this guy?
That wasn't what we were talking about.
My, she's quite flustered.
That's
Is
adorable.
this a hot scoop?
Boo.
It hurts my heart to bully such a sweet girl. Well, did you all enjoy our blushing beauty? Thank you very much, Okumura-san.
Just when it was getting interesting.
Well then.
The post-festival party is finally over. It turned out to be more like an interview party, huh? I still can't believe you said that.
I couldn't ignore you. You're in trouble.
Huh? Right. At any rate, I'm not sure what I would have done without you. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, no problem, Haru.
You're a mysterious person, but you're so reliable. I think the two of us will get along quite well in the future. As they say, who knows what may lie ahead? For now, I'm worried about what happened with Akechi-kun.
I mean, I'm not worried about it.
But I have to say, my first post-festival party was quite fun. Though, I guess it's my last too.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would make sense. You are third year.
Here, I'd like you to have this.
I don't know what that is.
I bought it earlier.
Yeah, it looks delicious, I guess.
Now then, let's go home.
Oh, how nice. Haru's great. I like everyone. I say every time I say I like any character, I say that I love everyone. That's true. I do love everyone in this game. I don't know. I mean, we're like kind of getting like we're starting to like really push towards late game, and I have like no actual like romantic interests. Like actually, I mean, arguably costing me, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, like Futaba's up there for me. I really like Futaba. If this game would let me be gay for Akechi, I would, but it doesn't. I would 100% date Akechi without a second thought. But like I mean, all of the girls are sick. Futaba, Makoto, are all really cool. Haru's decent. I don't dislike her. She's adorable. But Kenny's just like the best. Haven't a lot of people been losing their minds lately? There's been a sudden increase. But it's because of the fan site. I heard the victims were on the rankings there. Could we be blaming the people who requested it? Ooh, I don't know about that.
Welcome home.
Hey,
You took
Patel.
off somewhere during the festival, huh? I tried to find you, but I gave up pretty quickly.
Futaba? What are you doing here in front of the store?
I needed to calm my brain. My thoughts were getting out of hand. Not
That's
just
fair.
Akechi, but other stuff too. We're in deep trouble unless we can do something soon. But anyway, I was just thinking about going inside, so your timing is perfect. Let's go.
The mass media has been
Hold on,
causing
just
quite a
all plot right
commotion
now.
lately. No countermeasure for the Phantom Thieves, the sorry state of the police, destruction of safety. They're saying whatever they want. So, how's the investigation progressing? Any clues yet?
Nothing that leads to a firm conviction yet.
What's going on here? Didn't you say that you were sure about closing this case?
I mean, you can't.
And I thought I told you that failure won't be tolerated. Well, this is troublesome. If things continue at this rate, never mind a promotion. We'd have to let you go entirely.
Man, you're just like the biggest bag of dicks, huh?
But sir...
I had high expectations for you, but it seems this task was too much to handle for someone so young.
Man, literally praised the crap out of her. And we're like, oh, you're like the best, whatever, investigator and whatnot. I'm like, we want to put you on this case and make you the lead of it because we know you're gonna do a great job. And I was like, well, if you don't get anything in like the next week, you're fired. Like,
We
what?
may need to reform the operation as well, since the selected personnel for this...
Please, let me see this through to the end. This case is something that I've always...
I know that you've been at this for a while now. Even before the police spared us the staff for it. If you can manage an arrest, I've made special arrangements so that you can question them personally. That's what you want, isn't it? The leadership of this country is about to change. We can't let this case carry over into their term.
Weird that you would specify that.
I'll make myself clear again. Failure isn't an option. We need results.
I understand.
You're allowed to take some bold measures if you need to. We need good results, no matter what. Oh, one more thing. If the unexpected happens to occur, contact me immediately.
To you, sir?
I said that failure isn't an option, didn't I?
I'm not sure what he means by that.
Yes. Everything is proceeding as planned.
Alright, I've got more theories. I'll continue to keep them to myself, though.
We're home. Sojiro?
I was cleaning up and found this. This is a calling card, right? I read about it online, too.
You went into my room without my permission?
Is it time to spill the beans?
I'll apologize as much as you want later. So, what is this?
That's...
Is it something to get flustered over? I knew it. This isn't just some game you're playing. Why aren't you saying anything?
Why did you keep it?
I mean, it was memorable.
Explain.
Explain.
Oh.
Can't tell me?
I feel bad for Futaba.
Explain.
Oh no, she's having a panic attack.
Hey, if this keeps up, Futaba's...
I'll explain it.
I'm talking to Futaba here, you know. I'll get right to the point. Is this a real one? Did they trigger a change of heart in you?
Oh, I feel so bad for her.
How about it?
No.
Ever since Mom died, there was no exit. I was trapped in a labyrinth of my heart. I knew I had to leave it, but I couldn't do it by myself.
You know, I don't want to take too much away from the scene here and stop it, but like, mad props to the actress. This is really good.
Futaba.
I really appreciate that. That's really good. That's a really good portrayal
Here,
of
sit down.
like an anxiety panic
I
attack.
can at least listen to what you have to say.
The Phantom Thieves saved me. They stole my messed up heart. It's the same as Mom's research. They changed my cognition.
Seriously? Wakaba's research about altering one's cognition. I wondered about it myself, too. But still.
And what did you notice?
When she said she was going to go to the beach out of nowhere, and even the doctors had thrown in the towel. At first, I just chalked it up as other kids being a better support for you than any adult. But as I kept watching the tabloid shows here, day in and day out, a thought crossed my mind. I thought your case kind of seemed similar to what these Phantom Thieves were doing.
Wow.
I'm still your
Those are
guardian,
really
you know. I'd never overlook such a drastic change in your behavior.
Yeah.
Sojiro.
He's a good dad.
But to think that Wakaba's research and the Phantom Thieves changing hearts were about the same thing. Back in the day, I used to be a government official. My job was to be the bridge between the country and the lab that Wakaba worked at. It's around that time that I got to know her. She said something odd when we were out drinking, that one of these days, she might die a bizarre death. Who wouldn't take that as a joke? I just laughed it off. But it happened exactly as she said. If anything were to happen to you, I'd feel like I let her down. There's something I want to ask you. Judging from your attitude, you knew about this calling card, didn't you? You should have known that Futaba had a change of heart through the Phantom Thieves as well. Is there a connection between you and them? The first incident of a change of heart was a teacher at your school. The kid who brought that painting here was a pupil of that artist who had a change of heart, wasn't he? And then there's Futaba. You always seem to be linked to these incidents somehow. Got anything to say?
I'm sorry for keeping quiet.
You know what people call them? Criminals. Why did you introduce such dangerous people to Futaba?
That's not true! I asked them! That's why he
True.
saved me! He stole my heart!
Damn.
Asked? Stole? Wait, are you saying that he's the one who changed your heart?
Well, one of like the 7, but yeah.
He doesn't just deal with the Phantom Thieves. He's actually one of them? You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
I'm a Phantom Thief. I have no reason to lie to Sojiro.
Are you serious? You really are a Phantom Thief? Oh, for crying out loud!
Sojiro!
So, basically, I've been sheltering a phantom thief for the last 6 months. And on top of that, Futaba's involved too. What the hell?
I want to find the culprit who killed my mom.
Wait, killed?
She was killed. I remember it now.
Stop this nonsense!
No.
Why won't you believe me? Are you the same as everyone else?
Oh.
Didn't you know already? The way Mom died wasn't normal. Didn't you notice that her research was stolen by someone?
Damn, Futaba.
Sojiro!
When she passed away, I did think it was odd.
10 out of 10 on the acting. I literally have. I don't have much to say. I'll be honest.
But what could I do? All I was able to do was run from it all.
I'm just taking
Run
it
away,
in.
hide, and end up here as some old guy running a cafe. To be frank, I took you in for my own good. Like it'd somehow make up for what I'd done. It's basically my fault that you got burdened with all this crap.
It's not your fault, Sojiro.
I acted all big, lectured, even yelled at you kids. And I end up getting consoled by her. God, real pathetic, aren't I?
No, I wouldn't say that. That's not true.
I mean, the one who killed Mom's the one at fault.
I see. Don't worry. Even if you are the real Phantom Thieves, I have no intention of reporting or kicking you out. I mean, who would believe such a story? Unless they catch you red-handed, it's impossible to explain that you're the Phantom Thieves. Let me just say one thing, though. Immediately back out of a fight that you can't win.
What do you mean by that?
Don't you get it? If, by chance, you pissed off the same guys that killed Wakaba, then they're not someone that kids like you can deal with. Listen to reason, all right?
I get where you're coming from.
We're done talking about
this.
But,
on the other hand...
Come on. Time to eat. All that yelling's gotten me hungry.
Whew. If he turned us in, that would have jeopardized our operation. Still, we should tell the others about what just happened. Oh, I'm tired.
What an emotional scene. I'm feeling so many emotions right now. Ooh, damn! Hold up! You see that? They gave Ryuji the fucking let's go. At least they actually let him say it once. Great that he didn't get the voice acted, but they let him write it out. I think he's had one before. I don't remember. What? He knows everything? You gotta be fucking kidding. Wait, are you okay? Did you anything? You likely would have been receiving these messages if it was not okay. Or wouldn't be receiving them if it wasn't. I had a feeling that boss was no ordinary man. But he didn't recommend you turn yourselves in, did he? I think in that case we can consider him a new ally. I'm more curious about what he mentioned to you. You know, our enemy might be the same people who targeted Futaba's mother? Yes, she was killed by mental shutdown, the same method used by the culprit we pursue now. Wait a second. You say boss had to run from it all? Does that mean someone was trying to stop the news from getting out? Who could do that? Who do you think the culprit could be? The government official. Clearly. Ain't you letting your imagination run a bit wild? But it would make sense. Wait a second, if you're right, then wouldn't the police be working for him too? That's not impossible. It's getting too big for me to even think about. Can we really win this?
We're gonna win, no matter what.
Damn straight, Futaba. Damn straight. A very, very plot-heavy stream today, huh? I guess the chief had an inkling after all.
Sorry.
My fault. It happened because I kept the calling card. So late already? Is Sojiro still there? It's kind of odd. You can sleep
Hey,
here.
wait!
Wait, shouldn't you sleep on the sofa so that Futaba can go ahead and sleep on the bed? I mean, yeah. I'm gonna go home. Right? Take Futaba. I would have liked it if she stayed, but you know.
Yep.
Understandable. Alright, so it's one of these days.
Well then.
Let me see.
I should write something.
Dust. You're at 90 hours now? 90 and a half hours. Dang. That's wild. Time is it?
I can see it.
We just had like 2 hours of straight plot. Like, non-stop. That was wild. It's like to just take a moment to breathe. I'm in love with everything though. I love all of this. I mean, I genuinely, I look forward to these every day that I have a Persona stream. Like literally on like Sunday after I'm done doing like fighting game streams, I was like, man, can't wait to play Persona again. Every time. I'm always just like, man, I can't wait to play more Persona. This game is so fun. I love it. Anyways, time to sleep.
Well then.
21%.
That concludes the speech given by Representative Masayoshi Shido, who may be forming a new party.
That is not even close.
We now resume our coverage of the Phantom Thieves, the suspects for Mr. Okumura's death and others.
As a note, it would be closer to Masayoshi. So.
The police have designated
Depends
the
how much you're
Phantom
stressed
Thieves
about
as the
stress,
country's most wanted fugitives, and have decided to reward anyone with information leading to the capture of the Phantom Thieves.
Look.
Those who provide information will be offered a reward of 30 million yen. And considering the high amount, it shows how extraordinary the situation has become. Reward money will be supplied by the police and the families of the victims. Further,
if I report you to the police and they arrest you, I supposedly get 30 million yen for it.
Only if we could call.
I hope you understand the situation you're in. Even people who didn't have an interest before will be on the lookout for the Phantom Thieves. And it'll happen every day, even at school. Why did this happen? I see. Well, how do I put this? I'm sorry I didn't realize it. It's also my responsibility that this happened. All I can do now is give you shelter. Just don't become desperate and do something reckless, all right?
Yeah, don't worry. I never do anything stupid or reckless. I've never lied.
As long as you're here, there's nothing to worry about.
I feel bad about what we've done to the chief. I'm responsible too.
Did you see that reward? Perhaps we put too much pressure on them. With this, the Phantom Thieves have become public enemy #1. Exactly. That will be when their curtain falls.
What a dick. Just like the biggest bag of dicks. Just the worst.
Hey, great!
Interesting. I can't believe how big the bounty is. We should look for the Phantom Thieves ourselves. Reggie suggested they go to the school, right? Yeah, but let's not. There's been too many mental shutdowns as it is. Probably be the end of us if we start sniffing around now. But 30 million yen, man. Let me dream a little. Yo, you see the news? I braced myself for this possibility. Actually having a wanted notice out? Perhaps feels kind of weird. I'm not sure we're gonna get away this time. Our backs are truly against the wall now. Discussing it here won't do us any good, though. Let's talk more in person. 30 million. That's a lot of money.
We're wanted now, and the reward's 30 million yen? What is this, a comic book? It feels so unrealistic, I can't help but laugh.
We're finally being treated as actual criminals.
I'm positive now. Remember all of those what-ifs I mentioned before? All of this was truly set up.
Of course it was.
How President Okumura ranked first, the Fad before that, even Medjed. It was all to make the Phantom Thieves famous. On top of that, we were lured to target Okumura.
Yeah. The enemy likely planned to lay the blame on us from the start, after we gained popularity.
Then what about everything we've done until now?
It doesn't matter.
Are the people whose hearts we changed and thought were corrupt actually not?
No. Because of Yusuke and I, the Madarame and Kaneshiro cases were coincidental. Wasn't that the case with Kamoshida, too? Considering what happened with the rankings, only the previous target would have been used to lure us.
What a cheap trick to use.
Cheap? It's nothing of the sort. There's the fake Medjed and the site's altercation. They might have even engineered the Fad around us. So much time and effort has been put into this. President Okumura probably wasn't their only target. Perhaps they intend to place all blame of past and future psychotic breakdowns on our group.
Well, they do. 100%.
That's why I said we shouldn't jump into things so carelessly.
What, so this is my fault? Even you agreed to it in the end. And there was that thing with Haru at the time. How are we supposed to ignore that, huh?
I'm sorry. This was all because I one-sidedly decided that my father was a criminal.
I mean, no, he was just a criminal. There's no question.
All I could think about was my fiancé. If I had only been able to cope with it more calmly.
Haru?
First type of person that will put blame on herself no matter what. Even if it's not her fault. I feel that.
It's not Haru's fault. I should have spoken up too when Principal Kobayakawa died.
Damn it! This is bullshit! God! Fuck!
Oh, they almost gave it to him.
Ryuji!
They give him half.
Taking out your frustration on things doesn't help anyone.
Unfortunate. I wish they'd give him the whole thing.
What do you think? Why did we lose? What did we do wrong?
Genuinely? We got baited.
It's probably because we weren't acting like ourselves.
Yeah.
Agreed. At the time, we only cared about the opinion of the general public.
Yeah, that really is it. I was so caught up in making a name for ourselves. I'm such an idiot! I became a phantom thief because I hated those same kinds of adults!
To think we had begun clinging onto fame and a place to belong, that our eyes had become clouded.
We were meant to be the righteous phantom thieves, but we lost sight of our original cause.
Haru! I don't mean to interject too much here. What do you mean, our original cause? There were 3 of us in the original cause. 4, well, actually 4 of us, because An was also there technically. So what are you talking about, our original cause? There were only 4 of us. The rest of us are, everyone else
So
is new.
irritated with myself.
Makoto.
Damn it! I know that we've been set up, and that I was a complete idiot too! But still, it's so damn frustrating! Of course I want to do something about this!
Keep it cool.
Yeah. We'll be in deep water at this rate.
Getting angry doesn't change anything, Ryuji.
However, we have no idea who we're up against, and whether they're an individual or an organization.
Furthermore, they must be in a position of power, or have powerful backers if they can go so far.
Are we really a match for this?
Should we end this now? I mean, things might get worse for everyone.
Hey, what should we do?
Let's turn the tables.
Yeah, Running away with our tails between our legs is exactly what they want.
We'd be dumping everything we stand for just to save our own asses.
I see.
I take back what I just said. I can't let it end like this. Absolutely not like this.
Looks
God.
like we're settled on what we want to do.
The title really is short.
All that's left is how we go about it.
Yeah.
Well, there's always a catchy. The bestest boy in the world. Is that who's contacting?
Hey, it's me. About me yelling earlier, being framed, and the added bounty, it all felt like such bullshit. I lost it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel. It's okay,
You
Ryu.
too? It is confusing. We're wanted criminals now. Maybe I haven't changed at all since that time we went up against Kamoshida.
No, you
I
have.
wanted to be a phantom thief because I thought even someone like me could be a hero. It made me so happy to be depended on. Guess it all went straight to my head. I thought I could do anything if it was for justice, but that'd make me no different from our targets.
Okay, Ryu.
I called them shitbags, but I must be the shittiest of shitbags. I can't even joke about it.
Things turn around.
You're right. I can start by changing who I am now. Thanks. I feel like I can think straight now. Oh, I scared Haru and Futaba, didn't I? I'll have to apologize to them soon.
Yeah.
See ya.
You probably want to do that. That seems like a thing you should do. Oh, someone else? Oh, I got a message from Akechi-kun. He wanted us to gather at LeBlanc tomorrow after school. Who does he think he is, trying to boss us around like that? Tomorrow, that's sudden. This is directly after the reward announcement? There must be a calculated reason for this too. We'll be okay, right? We'll manage. Yeah, we're going to overcome this together. Regardless, I don't want anyone disturbing our pace anymore. Almost let this peace. Let's go about this calmly. Well, see you all tomorrow.
We've reached a crucial moment. There's no point fretting about it now, though. Let's just stay calm and wait for tomorrow.
Agreed.
Okay.
Ugh. Let things end here. We need to figure out who's behind everything.
Oh!
What am I gonna do? We're gonna play round 2. Well, actually, I should check. Okay, yeah. We're gonna play round 2 of Punch Out.
Okay.
Start a Punch Out. Yeah, we'll use the trick. We'll use the cheat code. Let's do this.
Oh!
Hunter is here. The fight's about to start. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes one of our most skilled boxers, Graham Cracker Joe. Oh, that's funny. He might be small, but don't underestimate him. His quick movements will decimate you. I'm here with you. Just remember what we practiced.
Now then.
Don't lose. Where the spell rings, Joe comes out aggressive. Don't let him shake you up. Persevere and figure out what his weakness is. So that, wait, it's like his form loosens up after he goes on the offensive? What are you running around for? Are you trying to... Oh, I get it. On the right tracks. Way to avoid his attacks. Easy. Challenge lands an impressive counter and Joe falters. Good job, now go for the flurry. Easy. What an intense string of punches. Joe goes down. Alright, the count's starting. I hope he doesn't give up. Or get up. Oh, Joe's back up. Got him on his heels. Keep up your footwork. Oh god! I wasn't ready for it. I'll give him a flurry. What a combo. Joe goes down. Please don't get up. 8, 9, 10. Graham Joe has crumbled. Our challenger wins. Nice bat. I expected nothing less out of my apprentice.
Yes!
Managed to win your first match by a hair.
Nice.
Big thing to help, huh? I was looking for the most efficient way to do things, huh? The passion you shed in the fight was so cool. Why, thank you.
Nice.
Are you tired after how into it you were getting? I don't know why that took me so hard, or why that was so hard for me to read that paper today. I literally read that exact statement so many times. %.
An issue in which criminals do whatever they want under the name of justice cannot be left alone. Only now does the government speak of taking countermeasures. But their actions are too little, too late. The government as it stands has been left behind the times. It is obsolete. We don't have to go down with a sinking ship. We have the power to change this. Let us end this chaos through my hands and yours.
He's a politician of the ruling party, isn't he?
I heard they're splitting up to form a new party, so an election might come before the year's end.
I'm gonna vote this time for sure. This man has my support.
You haven't voted until now? That's problematic as a member of society, you know.
Politics just never interested me before. But this politician seems pretty amazing. He's passionate and thinks of the future. I mean, someone like that should be prime minister. I'm definitely voting for him.
Well, I suppose that makes sense, since the other politician seems so unreliable.
Okay. That was an interesting conversation.
When you say that you want us to cooperate with you, what exactly do you intend us to do?
That's a good question. But might I have a cup of coffee first?
Quit effing around!
They'll never let him say it.
Please keep this short.
There's a bounty for information in addition to the arrest warrant. Those are quite desperate measures. I'm referring to Sai-san's actions. I assume all of you are at your wits' end as well.
I wouldn't search for that yet. But,
she must be considerably vexed if she's gone that far. Make headlines with the arrest warrant, then use incentives to get testimonies. It's not a bad method.
The police have nothing on us. There's no way they can make an arrest.
True. I'm the only one who's ascertained your true identities. However, the groundwork for fabricating testimonies and concocting a culprit are underway.
We don't care about that self-gratification. Get on with it.
I'll be blunt. I'm thinking of triggering a change of heart in Sai-san. I've already discovered that she has a palace.
Interesting.
Huh? Really?
So it does make sense that she would have one.
Is this to prevent the investigation agency's recklessness?
Precisely.
Still, there's no need to change her heart just for that.
Indeed. It's hard to believe that a single person can fabricate all that.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. What if I told you that those around her would turn a blind eye to false evidence?
You saying the police would do such a thing?
Of course.
It seems they're more trusted than I thought. Their priority is settling the situation. They don't care who the supposed culprit is.
No!
They're completely rotten!
My objective is to find the true culprit. That must be the case for all of you too. However, the current situation is extremely bad.
If worst comes to worst, someone unrelated will be set up as the culprit, huh?
Our only solution to this is to make Sai-san come to her senses.
I mean, look. I don't mean to be that guy. But does it really matter? I mean, think about it. Or some random innocent group of people that is not us be convicted and have their life probably ruined by going to jail for who knows how long, and possibly even being killed. But give it like a month, right? And then all of a sudden, the Phantom Thieves strike again. A calling card is sent to someone who's just the worst. They have a change of heart in a grand public scale. What do you know? Almost like they didn't catch them to begin with. It really tears down everything that they thought and believed. That's the theatric way to go about it. Granted, those 4 people are the sacrifice, but you know, it's okay. You gotta crack a few eggs, make an omelet.
If she's in her right mind, she can stop this situation. Her sense of justice wouldn't allow it.
So that's why...
The truth will be covered up, and an innocent civilian's life will be destroyed. I can't allow such a thing to happen. My own ethics won't stand for it.
Right, understandable.
I mean, I guess I can understand how you feel.
And changing Sai-san's heart will be to protect her as well.
How do you mean?
If the true culprit were to learn that she's responsible for the investigation, what would happen? I'm certain they'll aim for her life. She's the perfect target to place blame on the Phantom Thieves. So how about it? Will you agree to my plan?
That is true.
Even though you're particular about being just, you're willing to get your hands dirty?
It can't be helped in order to ascertain the truth. There is also one more merit in changing Sai-san's heart.
Oh?
She'll be a fine warning to others not to meddle with you any further. They can't go public if someone in the investigation has a change of heart. It'd show their corruption.
Ooh.
All that's left from there is for me to discover the identity of the true culprit.
I didn't even think about that. Bro, Keshi's got the biggest brain. Best boy. Best big brain boy.
What do you mean? You're gonna tell us to announce our disbandment once the real culprit is arrested, aren't you?
As expected from a Nijima. So, what do you say? I don't think it's a bad deal for either of us.
Makoto, what's your take on all this?
It's a well-made plan. It even takes putting an end to our team into consideration.
That's the only problem I have with it.
I'm flattered to hear that.
But yeah, you're a genius.
Why are you willing to do all this, Akechi-kun? Why do you seek justice?
Because of sickening human beings. Yes. My contempt for such people drives my sense of justice. It isn't some grand reason like society's sake or some lofty ideal. It's simply an absurd grudge. And extremely personal.
Yeah.
Dude.
You know, doesn't he remind you of us?
Think?
I can't really explain it, but I guess it's how some disgusting adult pissed him off.
We're similar, Maybe that's why I thought that I could ask this of you all. Won't you cooperate with me on the mission to change Sai-san's heart?
It'll be very interesting for Makoto. You will. Gladly. I'll gladly help you out.
Thanks. I was actually rather worried there. This mission can't succeed without your cooperation, after all.
Of course.
The Phantom Thieves will be disbanded, and everything will work out. I pray it does.
Mako-chan.
I'm okay. I never brought it up until now, but the reason I joined the Phantom Thieves is because I wanted to change my sister's heart. I was hoping I wouldn't have to resort to it, though. I've also known for quite some time that she has a palace.
Why didn't you tell us?
It was too selfish of a reason.
That's understandable.
Though I was too scared to look any further into it on my own.
Why don't we try going there now to scope the place out? A lot of this will be new to me, so I'd like to get myself accustomed to it too.
I'm sorry, I actually have plans today.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Will you tell your sister about this?
Of course not. It's just...
You seem awfully evasive today. Is something the matter?
I just can't make time today.
Let's call it a day then, and resume this tomorrow.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Wasn't Makoto acting a bit weird?
Yeah, this is about her sister. That does make sense.
Well, I guess that can't be helped. Regardless, it all starts tomorrow. I hope this goes well.
We also hope it goes well. I don't want anything bad to happen. That would be not okay. So we're doing the present.
A palace? In me? Not only that, Goro Akechi? Then the Phantom Thieves targeted me as per his advice? And he had already experienced the metaverse by the time of the Okumura case? That can't be. I mean, he never said a word. Although, his attitude did change suddenly around that time.
He didn't say anything, doesn't mean he didn't know about it.
Akechi-kun kept quiet about the most important details, and my own sister may be a phantom thief? If this is
Not
all
me,
true,
yes.
I was out of the loop the entire time I led the investigation. What a joke. So you became convinced of another's existence through the 2 mental shutdown cases. And if you were apprehended while falsely accused of those crimes, that villain would still be loose. That's why you targeted me? Not for your own preservation?
Would you believe us then?
Believe you. I'm just considering it as a possibility. Then again, if you wanted to evade capture, triggering my change of heart wouldn't guarantee anything. Your actions as phantom thieves would still be met with hostility. No. If this villain does exist and is setting up your group, I would be targeted next. Did Makoto come up with that speculation?
I thought it was Akechi that said it.
Perhaps I'm overthinking things.
But I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Akechi said. He was like, and then like if you don't like if you guys don't do it, then that other culprit should come around and hit Nijima and pin it on you guys.
Hey! You need to keep your focus. It seems you're completely worn out, but the look on your face isn't one of defeat. Why is that?
Justice wins in the end.
I'm amazed. It seems you can still talk. When you were arrested, a man at the scene told you that you were sold out, correct? Those words normally hint at the existence of a traitor. However, if your story till now is true, one reason can be concluded. It's frustrating to admit, but at a certain point... No, most likely from the start. I was a mere puppet. Someone set up only to bear responsibility later. Someone intended your arrest, and the minimal staff directly involved were in their pocket. And if that's the case, true integrity would side with you.
I'm still starting to accept the truth. I feel like my battle side is growing deeper. Nice! Rank 6. It doesn't do anything.
Alright.
But it's there.
No, I'm jumping to conclusions. I don't believe your story yet. There's something I need to confirm with you. Was a change of heart triggered in me? What happened in the time between entering my palace and your arrest? Tell me everything.
The answer has been updated. Let's go. Oh, heavy session. Heavy session today.
What's this favor you need? It's late already. We'll be going to Nijima's palace, so I want to look into her. Things like her work ethic and relationships. It doesn't matter whether it's public or private. Those would help us come up with countermeasures in case we hit a roadblock in her palace.
I can look up more, you know. Stuff like her repertoire of underwear.
A girl shouldn't say things like that.
That is oddly specific. I dig it though. Honestly, give us that info too.
You tell her too.
What else can you dig up?
Well, like her history with men.
You're phantom thieves! Ahem. Also, I may be overthinking it, but my voice... Ow!
Same as always.
Let me finish first! There's something else we want you to look into.
Money? Now for today's strange news. First off, the investigation team has announced new progress in the search for the Phantom Thieves. Secondly, the opposition party submitted a vote of no confidence regarding the current cabinet. Oh, whoops. That's okay. There probably wasn't anything worthwhile. I'm just like a recap of things we already kind of knew. Where are we meeting today? Oh right, we were never told where to meet up. At the courthouse? Where's that? Hint, the government office district. Oh. Umigasaki. Indeed? Oh, I've heard of that place. Never been there, though. Me neither. That's somewhere normal people usually go, but just looking at this map is impressive. Police Department, Ministry of Justice, Public Prosecutor's Office, and Public Security? Diet building is right near there, too. For real? Got a scary place we're going to. You won't get caught, right? According to Akechi-kun, our identities haven't been discovered yet. We're just going to plunge headfirst into enemy territory. Doesn't even contacted Akechi. We're going to meet him there. Young Garda will be heading into a lion's den. Akechi is the good boy.
So this is the courthouse. You can tell it's a revolting building just by looking at it. Let's hurry up and get started. Akechi, what did you find out?
I rarely get to see Sai-san directly, but I figured out her course of action. On the 20th, an investigation will likely be done at Shujin Academy, as well as the Sakura residence.
For real?
Then that means our time limit is November 20th.
Still, there will be quite a bit of red tape involved. I doubt it'll take place before the 20th.
We'll take your word. For now, we need to focus on infiltrating her palace.
I concur. And we should probably get going soon. After all, people like us standing around here is quite unnatural. Well then?
That's...
Huh? What about my smartphone?
Oh, Futaba.
This is the model I wanted! You're so lucky!
Well, Futaba. Never change.
I'm so sorry. Until recently, Futaba was actually well...
It's okay. Sai-san told me the gist.
Oh, right. Akechi-kun, it may be best if you exchange contact info with everyone, too. Not just me.
I already have it.
That's true.
Ooh! I'll send everyone's contacts to you later.
Thanks. Well then, I hope we get along. I'll do my best.
I hope so. I mean, you are the best. So.
You got a good personality and good looks? Talk about cheating.
Damn. She just came out and said it.
She's praising you, I believe.
Oh, she is. She's right, too.
Then shall we get started?
You're just stating fact.
We need to figure out what Makoto Sis thinks this courthouse is, right?
I often hear her call it a place of competition in which she must always win.
A competition, huh? That sounds like Sai-san.
It'd be unbearable if we were put on trial for a reason like that. Although, a competition means it's a match of some sort. Might it be a martial arts ring?
Conditions have not been met. Then perhaps a stadium? Or maybe an arena? Conditions have not been met.
There are other competitions besides fighting and sports.
Gambling, then!
How about a racetrack for horses? Other than that, there's pachinko, but does that count as gambling?
We played cards during the school trip.
Conditions have not been met. What else is there?
It must be a casino.
Candidate found.
Casino?
I definitely see Sai-san in you.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, it's time we head in then.
Beginning navigation.
Ooh, more ammo.
Head right past there and keep a low profile.
That one looks so good.
That's it, huh? What's going on here? We are looking at the courthouse, aren't we?
Seems like it.
Let's go.
Right.
I got Xander's phone. That doesn't happen very often. Good job, Xander. Dang, it's just a full-blown Las Vegas casino, huh?
The courthouse is a casino.
That's so weird.
Everywhere else seems to be a normal cityscape.
Isn't that...
The police station, yes. I didn't know that the station and the courthouse were next to each other.
Our attire hasn't changed. That must mean we aren't considered threats or hostiles yet.
Yeah, that's
Right.
interesting.
Areas outside her courthouse palace must not be worthy of her attention. Wait, I always look like this. I'm special. Besides, I can't do anything in my cat form.
The police station's also part of her work area, though, whenever arrests are made for her cases. I brought her food and belongings when she was sent on loan to the police.
We got no business with the cops, right? This might be the metaverse, but I don't want to go in a station.
Understandable.
That reminds me. He'll need a code name, too.
Oh, yeah.
Codename? Phantom thieves can't go around using the real names, right? It ain't cool either.
Just for reference, what is everyone else's?
Skull.
Mine's Fox.
We pretty much decided on them with how we look, didn't we?
What is it, Haru?
Oh, it's nothing.
Does Haru want to change hers because hers is beauty thief and it's stupid?
Then, perhaps Karasu will be best for me. You know, like a raven.
Are your clothes all black or something?
The reverse, actually. If our codenames are to hide our identities, wouldn't that be better?
Karasu. He'd be the only Japanese-sounding one.
True.
Why not go with Crow instead?
All right. From here on out, you're Crow.
Got it.
Now then, let's head into the courthouse.
Bro is finally here. Took forever, man. 22 streams.
Now then.
Oh, this theme is bopping. Just really let that like sink in. It's business as usual. First off, we need to find an infiltration. Yes.
Do you have a moment? Oh?
Avocado and hard. Sorry,
That settles it.
what does he have? Well, I guess first things first. Oh, look at that persona. So we got both blessed and curse. I love that armor. It's so nice. And let's actually. I'm actually gonna draw Makoto or Ryuji. Since Ryuji has the evolved persona now. Alright. So, since he has Blast, Curve, I'm gonna boost that? The life boost? see if I can bring a big one. Since he seems to be kind of a more supportive kind of guy, based on his passive. Alright, let's go.
Wait!
Go that way. Understandable, we can't just walk into the front door. That would be kind of weird.
I have something.
Okay.
Nice.
So, this means we're acknowledged as a threat, correct?
Dude, you planning on stealing stuff in that getup?
I'll make fun of
It just means that's what he thinks a rebel looks like.
No. This is my mental image of a person who sticks to their justice.
Well, I think your mask is more apt for piercing rather than sticking.
Rude, but also true.
That aside, the people in here look completely normal.
But we're in a flashy casino. There's no doubt this is a palace. Oh, right. Crow doesn't know too much about cognitive beings, does he?
Ah, yes. In addition to similar topography, cognitive people exist based on the ruler's perceptions.
That probably didn't make much sense because all the fancy terms he was using, huh?
In essence, since these look like real people, Sai-san's view of others is surprisingly undistorted.
In other words, he's
Considering
not
what
stupid.
I see before me, it's difficult to believe it is not actually a real casino.
Not all cognitions are normal, though. In Futaba and Okumura's palaces, we had to battle them. People may look normal, but we should be careful. Particularly of those in positions of power.
Is this what you have to go through every time?
Yeah, that's right.
This is a first for me. I'm somewhat nervous.
Just don't slow us down, Crow.
I will not allow that to happen.
Okay, it's time we head inside. Our deadline for this infiltration is November 20th. Any later and we'll get caught in reality. Of course, we'll need to secure an infiltration route before we send out the calling card. As always.
So the calling card wasn't merely for show? It's a necessary step?
Correct.
Will you please stop interrupting?
That's very rude, Makoto.
My apologies.
Well then, let's go.
There's no need to be a dick about it. Like, he's just trying to understand.
I feel somewhat nervous.
Now then, let us begin by securing our route. Indeed, let us begin. By stealing everything I can find. Alright. He's swinging and swatting.
Somewhere.
Oh yeah. I forgot that I don't have the map. I was like, wait, why is the thing filling up as I do it? But then I remembered that I don't have the map yet. That's why.
I can feel it.
Ah, I see. Okay. Alright, so we're on our next palace infiltration. Already. I didn't think we'd get into it so soon.
Welcome. Come on out, you petty thieves.
She can see us?
Oh, dang.
You're after the treasure, are you not? Come on down and I will tell you where it is.
What? We're not going to fall for a trick like that.
It's not a lie. I only wish to do this fair and square. You aren't going to run, are you?
We should do as she says. There is no point in hiding any longer.
I don't know if I agree with that. But I assume it's my only action here that I can go. Cool.
So you've come.
Oh, dang, she be looking like super nice.
The treasure is located on the manager's floor at the highest point of this building.
Why are you telling us this?
It's as I said before. I wish to go about this in the fairest manner possible. First, I ask that you come up to my location. We will continue this there.
Connie? Disappeared. Oh.
Damn it! Over there!
I see, she misty stepped.
It seems we'll be able to use that elevator to reach higher floors. Come, Joker. Let us pursue her.
Indeed, Akechi. You really are a smart boy.
Let us get after her, Joker.
Except... we're checking things. Got a lot of places to look at. One's coming up. There's no enemies too, which is really interesting. The front door.
A treasure chest! There must...
Nice.
Somewhere. Joker.
I guess we're gonna focus on the elevator thing first. That's fine, I guess.
Authentication required. Please insert your member's
God,
card.
Akechi's outfit looks so cool.
Member's card?
I dig it. I dig it.
Perhaps it bears relation to a players' club of sorts.
I can't handle your technical speak. Just give me it straight.
Casinos typically have a membership system called a players' club. Some locations even have areas cordoned off for particular ranks of player. Considering the setup of this place, I thought things may be similar here.
That'll make this shit simple. Come on, let's join this player thingy.
I would agree with you, but...
Shadow!
Oh. Hi.
As I expected, registration will not be such a simple matter.
She must be daring us to challenge the security of this place to make it to her.
Here it comes!
No need to worry. I'll handle this. I need to prove my worth to you after all.
Will you all ready to catch?
Who knows? I would estimate that you all won't even have to step in and help, though.
Confident. I like it. God, it's so great.
Well then, let us begin. Don't worry, you can leave this one to me. Take them down, Robin Hood!
Robin Hood?
Manifest!
He would. He would have Robin Hood. Oh, he's a double insta-kill too. Okay.
What'll it be? Robin Hood! You got lucky.
Man, it would have been funny if it did hit though, huh?
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless. This is a part of me.
Persona!
I'm sure I can probably assume. But my current Joker personas are absolutely garbage right now. I gotta do something about that. I gotta fix this up.
That's not right.
Ooh, that was cool.
We'll do a down shot. Oh, what a catchy. Oh, it's so cool. It's so good. I love it. I cannot wait to see his artwork at the end too. It's all on attack art. You're not so bad. I am capable of much more. Now then, let us deal with the shadows quickly. Yeah. It's not like we're gonna get ambushed based on what we heard earlier.
You're right.
I agree. I'd like to deal with them as quickly as we can. Now that we have an infiltration route, I'd suggest we return for now and repairing. Very well, I trust your experience and judgment. Let us do that. I wouldn't say that we have a route yet, but okay. That seems like a massive assumption. It was truly one surprise after another. I hope we continue to thrive in our work together. I don't know why I'm pronouncing things weird. Work together. So weird. I had it down earlier. We're like hanging out with them all. But it'll take me a moment to get back into it. Agreed. Need to explain the steps we take. Oh god, I'm mixing Yusuke and Akechi voice up. Oh god, that's what my person is weird. Okay. That is unnecessary. First we secure an infiltration route, then we send the calling card, correct? In doing so, the core of the ruler's distorted desires will manifest into a physical form. By taking that core, change of heart will be triggered. To deduce the steps would be something along those lines. Hey, boss? It ain't as easy as it sounds, don't underestimate this shit. I'm not underestimating anything, I assure you. By the way, Nijima-san Shadow seemed really confident. Yeah, there's no knowing what may await. Only cautiously. Very well. You will let me know. You entered the palace, yes? Of course. I wouldn't want you not to be there, Kaji. Perfect. I will be available at any time you need me. That's enough for now. Let's prepare well for the coming task. Yes. My apologies for somewhat derailing this conversation. We'll be counting on you, Akechi. Failure is not an option here. Yes, I'll do my best to live up to all of your expectations.
The crucial moment's finally here. Give it all you've got.
But remember that Akechi has like a very soft voice. Very just like nice, soft voice.
Okay.
That's just beautiful, amazing, and great to listen to. The opportunity to listen to aside. Come on. Misha. Yeah, Misha. It's a bit sour. There's even a bounty on you guys? But I seriously believe the Phantom Thieves are innocent. By the way, change up the survey question. It's already up in flames, though. A problem for me, too, if people don't think the Phantom Thieves are heroes. Just try and clear the stigma on your name as soon as you can, okay? Counting on you.
So people are turning on us even in his survey? Our popularity is really at an all-time low.
Yeah, it do be unfortunate. Oh. Good news is...
Oh!
We can finish up Punch-Out! Only because it's a little too early, though, to call it, I think. Although we'll... What though? We'll do a lot after this. I mean, we have the ability to, continue scouting out, right? But... Let's hear the fights about weighing 240 pounds with a record of 30 wins, 23 coming from it. By way of knockout, only 5 losses under the ring. Mo Bryson. I see. Here with the kid, remember your last fight. You'll be okay, try not to lose too bad. I won't lose at all. Bryson that swing on our jungle's frozen with fear. Yeah, he's wearing down your defenses. Keep looking for an opening. Continue to wait. That takes large swings, maybe we'll get him if you attack during the punch animation. Why are you letting your guard down? What I see now. You're on the right track. Can you really pull this off? That's just timing you land an uppercut. Coach lands a savage uppercut. Bryson stumbles back. That's your chance. Head for the flurry. What a fervent flurry of fists. Bryson goes down hard. Can't start. I hope he doesn't get up. 1, 2. Oh, Bryson's back on his feet and ready to go. He's tough, alright. You're gonna have to give it your all. Oh god! Oh god! I wasn't ready. They'll finish him off with the flurry. That's gotta be enough to take Bryson. No way, he's still standing? He's on the ropes though. Skirt around him and go for a body blow. Oh god. That was a weird input. The furious body blow from the intrepid challenger. Just too much for Bryson to handle. He's collapsed. Guess the count started again. Please don't get up this time. 8, 9, 10. Bryson is down for the count. Our challenger wins. Woo! Did it, kid. I always knew you had it in you. Good job, middle lack.
Nice.
Things I think would really help.
Nice.
He beat Punch Ouch. Making sure that fight was cool. But yeah. Was it enough to increase? No. It was not enough to increase my charm up. Let's enjoy the scenting. Daniel says he's in the past room to see the ending. The prize. 7 years ago though. Yeah, we can go to the Akihabara store though.
Nice.
Get a cool prize. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but Hoover Day? Yeah. Let us stop Hoover today. Hello? Time has finally come. Whatever happens, we have to change her heart. Right. I'm counting on you. We all have our own unique way of doing things. We should just proceed forward as usual. As usual. I'm mostly telling myself that. Honestly not sure I'll be able to remain calm this time. So I asked that you lend me your help.
Hey!
Need to get too worked up about this, right? Take as much time as you need to get ready. Anything goes as long as it helps out our mission. Have our trust. You're our leader after all. I feel bad for Makoto. This has got to be like really rough to do. Especially after what just happened. Make sure this plan is a success. Plan for changing Sai Nijima's heart has begun. Try to steal your target's heart by the deadline. Mission start.
Hey!
Can't just let this abuse go unaddressed. Actually, mementos. Let's see what we can deal with him. Maybe that's what we'll do. I think we might swing over to mementos. Oh, Jesus. Dallas? Meet up. So Kenny wants to go to the clinic. And Arcade Kid wants to do dumb stuff. So I think here's what we're gonna do. First things first. I'm gonna swing over to Akihabara in the arcade. Not to talk to the kid. Okay, nothing new there. So since we're coming to Akihabara, then we'll go to the game shop.
Hello.
This is not the game shop. But I'll grab that. In case we need it. You probably will need it though. We have a lot of lockpicks if I remember right. Punch out? I mean, Punch Ouch? The Sage game's graphics dated, but gameplay is so realistic. Play it so that Spicy system really brings attention to boxing to life. Truly a standard for boxing game. Yeah, for master. I'm surprised that from back then, so he changed it from post card for me. The Punch Punch. Sorry, I gotta pull that realizing the games you want to check out. No, I own all of them. I've really bought every game you own. I own your whole stock. We will continue. Hi, random car. Pink emotion.
Man.
Look at this. Somebody vandalized this car. I wouldn't. It's not vandalized. Is that just like a? This has to be like a spin on some like pop group, right? Can't say I know who though. What was in the otaku goods store?
What do you want?
Oh. That's right. Gifts. Katana keychain. Honestly, idle pins might not be bad for like on. But We don't buy anything yet. Hideout. I think what we're gonna do,
Oh, Mako-chan.
Oh, beautiful.
I didn't realize we'd take the same train.
Haru, what a coincidence. I was just thinking of you.
Oh, were you?
Yep. How should I put this? Our battles from this point forward are only going to get tougher, right? So, I've been reflecting on our approaches to combat in the hopes of finding some new tactics. In the end, I came up with something, but I realized I'll need your help with it.
Me? Sure. If I can be of any help, I'd love to work with you on this.
I appreciate it. So, what I'm thinking is...
Mako-chan?
Now that I think about it, this is probably going to sound rather absurd.
That's okay.
Don't worry. If it's your idea, Mako-chan, I'm sure it'll be great.
Wow.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Well, ready to hear it?
That was like really affirmative.
Huh?
Or positive.
So, any thoughts?
What a great idea!
Affirmation.
I'd be honored to help.
Is that like the... I don't know.
Oh, thank you. Well, I hope
That's
it works
when I said
out.
affirmative, I was thinking of affirmation.
But wow, Mako-chan, you come up with some pretty bold moves sometimes.
Yeah.
I really look up to you for that.
Do you? I'm not sure how that makes me feel, but thank you.
The star will grant us our wish if it's based on such a great plan. I'm positive.
Gotta say, nervous Makoto was best Makoto.
Beautifully executed.
This is being. Ah, yes. I forgot that I did that.
So, this is the location you've been using as a hideout.
Catching his vest.
We just get started?
I like his vest.
Forced
This is like a nerd.
investigation will take place on November 20th. That's our deadline this time.
Is there any possibility of that investigation being moved to an earlier date?
I highly doubt it.
How can you be so sure? Didn't they want to catch us as soon as they possibly could?
They may be corrupt, but they are still a bureaucracy. Certain steps must be taken in order to continue forward. Unless their situation becomes extremely dire, they won't act with only circumstantial evidence.
I'm impressed, Detective Man. You sure know a lot about internal affairs.
It's not like he works with them.
Yes, he is quite promising.
Well, this is a purely give-and-take relationship. You taught me the inner workings of the Phantom Thieves, so it's only fair I return the favor. And I will be sure to contact everyone if the investigation team makes any odd movements.
That would be helpful.
That would be.
All right.
Photo and Horror Showtime has been unlocked. Right. We're gonna view our request real quick. Well, then we have some new intel on the Mementos target today. We'll start with the first one. It was especially dangerous. The particular intel is on an ex-mercenary assassin. But I can tell he acts like a homeless man, but secretly carries out assassination contracts. If not even the police can deal with him, time for us to step in.
Really?
It'd be bad if he left such a dangerous guy out on the loose. Change his heart. And take down the evil that can't be judged by law. That's not all. Now we have the next target. Intel about a man who's been abusing his girlfriend. His name is named Uchimura, and was assaulted for countless times. Fortune teller even predicted she'd be badly hurt if left alone. His fortunes often come true.
What a jerk!
There's a side, we can't let this guy use violence against her. We don't want her getting hurt, we should change his heart.
You can count me in.
I agree. It's only natural for us to change his heart, or change the heart of a person like that.
Nice!
It looks like we're all ready to do this. Let the calling card and target's home. No objections, right? Good to go if you're okay with it. That's a unanimous decision. Alright, let's go take down the targets and mementos. C difficulty and a B difficulty. Alright then. We've done a lot of these now, huh? Wild. Alright, we're gonna send mementos. We'll do the change, don't worry about it. Two of them?
Okay, let's go.
We're gonna take the mementos targets, and then tomorrow we'll start doing the palace, which means doing a palace infiltration stream again. Those usually take a whole stream, which is why we're gonna run the whole stream on that alone. That is reacting. Oh yeah. There are new chapters, so a new section of Mementos is opening up. I haven't even fully explored the last one. Been confirmed to the depths, obtaining guidance information. The Mementos is expanded even further. Well, I thought public opinion was determined to Mementos expansion. That has plummeted lately. Credibility must still be on the rise, even if it's because of our current bad reputation. Like a celeb that gets more famous because of scandals? I don't like the sound of that. By the way, the further we go, the more powerful enemies we'll meet. We need to be cautious in here. Let's see where the changes occurred, Jeff.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm more concerned about this. Seating area. Alright. Up we go. Up further we will go. Oh, I see some of those floors. One of the big looping floors, the big circular one. How dare you? How dare you?
Not bad. Got the advantage. Don't rush this.
Nice.
We are the better fighters. The enemy is weak against ice. Persona! We're strong.
Oh, this is kind of awkward.
Shall we? Keep that up! 2 enemies down!
What kind of gun does he use? He would.
You saw that. Obliterated them! Nice job, Kraus!
He would use a gun like that.
Okay.
He would.
A good battle. It's somewhere.
That should be stable. Alright, we gotta keep going up. We will find this target, and we will change their heart. There we go.
Then
They're somewhere on this floor. One combat is all it took. That was wild.
Then
Let's go. I'm assuming this is the boyfriend. Yep. That must be Ichimura's shadow? Using his girlfriend, right? Didn't her fortune say she was gonna get hurt bad? Can't leave him like this. Change his heart and fast. Look at that
This
guy.
is horrible.
Damn it, I gambled away all my money again. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Where is she? Get over here so I can beat you. Don't beat your girlfriend. What? Don't you dare lecture me. She's mine. I do whatever I want with her. That's not true. That's not how that works. Beating her is a right that only I have. I'll let you know that she loves it too. 1, no, you don't have that right. 2, no, she doesn't. 3, what the fuck? Want to get in my way, then you're gonna die. What a dick. What a dick. Oh, hey, what are these things?
Splendid!
Punch you too.
Persona! Touch them, Melody! Ooh, not bad, Noir. This chance.
Not surprising. Oh, I'm gonna catch you out with the so good. I love it.
Wasn't that graceful?
This is horrible.
I hate it. I hate it when people look at me like I'm just a bug to them. I think they're better. I'm a superior human being. A lot of people around me just don't get it. The sleep stick. Dude, the right to beat his girlfriend? He was the worst of the worst to think that. Changed his heart, so let's tell the fortune teller we'll get the chance. Nice. Alright. No, gotta keep going. Go deeper. We'll just swing over to the rest area. We'll teleport.
Focus.
Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, I guess it'll be this way. Four? Nope.
I'm fine in this darkness. I've got all my sensors.
There we go. Just navigating around mementos.
All right.
Oh, and next section. Deeper inside. Alright, I guess we're gonna be exploring deeper into Memento. Which is what we are gonna do. We're gonna explore deeper. I'm gonna try to push the next rest stop, even if the guy doesn't pop up for them. Just so we can continue to travel deeper. I mean, I might even go so far as to unlock the next section, but eh.
There's the platform.
Currently, we're focused on just pushing through. Right now, sit there on the floor of the county's entire palace. The 33rd one. 33 areas? I'm starting to feel kind of overwhelmed. How big is this place? Who knows? What place? What real structure? It's all kind of a mystery. Oh well, just hang in there. Oh. Jose. Interesting.
Focus.
Pick up some flowers or something. Ooh. Can't murder that thing.
There seems to be a treasure chest.
Oh!
Oh, lockpick. We only have 8? Oh boy, I want to make our lockpicks then. I didn't know it was actually running out.
I can feel it.
So that's the kid.
I want to make this interior more functional. Mister.
Well, I guess we'll pause that one. But have something extra.
Doing good?
Think it's bring many flowers? Looks like you got a nice little stamp collection coming along. Like nothing, actually. Needs to be bad, but what we can do. Try a bunch of those. I think I have a new stamp.
Doing good?
They do have a lot of stamps to collect still though, so... Just on like this section.
It's somewhere.
We reached
I'll
the
be sure to
platform. Good job.
Start exploring a little bit more. I mean, these memento
Nice,
sections are
Eddie.
always kind of... eh. It's just like overall kind of a mess action. It's definitely the weakest part of the game. The first area was on 4, and I would assume it would also be on 8.
Focus.
Wait, hold out for a dead end. How wild.
Focus.
Restand. 10 out of 25. So low. I'm gonna be grinding the stamps in here for a
I'm
while.
covered in dust. I request a thorough
Other than that, though.
I have something.
There's not really a lot to say reading Mementos. I mean, I don't know. I could go on like a rant, but I don't know what to rant about. But I could rant about Akechi and how I love him. How he's the best boy. So happy that he's finally a part of the team. Yeah, we're doing it, man. Am I ready to take it from here? Cool.
All right.
Let's continue. I think I might try to grab full section. How much priority is left? This is the home stretch. If there's any leaving that going in. Old Jose's back. Got a few stamps for the boy. We'll get a few more in a second here.
Somewhere.
Some more free chests. On level.
I got a new power.
Hockey dying? I think that's Billy, right? There's a pretty good time for that to happen, too. Wow. Unfortunate. I picked a bad path, apparently.
It's dark.
It's somewhere.
I'll look for someone I don't care about. Good job. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, mister.
Look, Jose, you're great and all. You're a good kid. But I want to find my stamp first. I want the 5 stamps. Jessica.
There are shadows lurking around. Don't let your guards down.
You know what? Let's keep going. I'll wait till we have more. Dang. We still haven't found the dude? Interesting, still a target. Must be like right at the end then. That's what I would do.
Surprise attack successful. Now just don't lose. We are the better fighters. Use fire attacks to hit its weak
Blast.
points.
Fire and blast.
Persona! Shall we?
In other words,
Wasn't strong enough.
My skills exceed yours. Now, Robin.
One enemy taken out. Good one, Crow.
Here, Roger.
saw the Joker.
Powered you up.
Go down.
Wait, that was huge. 1400.
Okay, let's move on.
Wild.
Okay.
Man, that was easy. It appears.
Alright, alright. We now head down whatever we
We
need
found
to.
a treasure chest. Should we take?
Too fast. We can just fast travel down now.
Chugga 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 choo choo.
Come on. It's a car, not a train. I can feel it.
Look, crazy. If she wants to make train sounds inside this car, she can make train sounds inside this car. You do not get to determine who does and does not get to make train sounds. I did not know that this was the train sound police. I assume Area 12 was the last one? What's different down here? I'm sure what we're seeking was close, but almost there. Doesn't like our target?
It's somewhere.
Actually, I'm misinterpreting it. Okay. I guess. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, there's the kid.
I can see
We
it.
found a treasure chest.
Free treasure? Ooh.
I should.
Toggle levels, so it doesn't really make as much of a difference.
It's a step forward.
Hey, Joker just action levels.
It appears we've.
Up to 7 points. That's good. That's good.
I can see it.
That's what's paying attention. How far along are we on these? 16 out of 25? We have 9 more. Oh god. Oh, nothing to down there. By the time we explore all the floors, we still need like 6 of them.
I'm working pretty hard today, huh? I would.
Oh, wrong way. Right? Wrong way? No. No, that was the right way. I'm dumb. I have literally 0 sense of navigation skill.
Oh, mister.
I'll talk to him in a second.
Last night, 50 push-ups.
Good job on those 50 push-ups, right, I guess. Got 8 stamps now. Let's see that. That's an incense. I don't know if I'll really use it at all. Just currently, I'm kind of in a position of like, I don't know what to do with my personas. Let's spend some time, I gotta figure it all out. Oh hey, it's pretty honey. I get chills looking at him. Ugh. The next mercenary who's not a professional assassin, he's no ordinary person.
Yes.
If even the police can't handle him, then it's up to us to take care of him. Approach him with caution. But first... You're here, I bet that idiot from earlier points a request for you. Sorry, but I don't plan on going away. You kids playing hero should go home to your mommies. You just let someone dangerous like you go around killing people? You guys are more dangerous from my point of view. Look, as a mercenary, I've seen a lot of torture, and torture is all about killing the heart and soul, but destroying the parts you don't like in people's character. To me, that's evil.
What?
Evil? Don't be ridiculous. We're doing our best to do what's right. My policy is to only kill on the job, but I'll destroy you if you're gonna get in my way. Well, great moral compass here, guys. He's coming. Well, don't say it like that, Morgana. I'm gonna finish you off, and after that, I'm gonna kill you off. Kill him. No, I didn't read it. I can't read.
It's fine. Persona.
Oh, how did they go? Hey.
Persona. Go down. Persona. Satan Titan.
Clown shoes.
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
Use all bow.
What next? Here.
I'll go for the
That was
fuse.
pointless.
Alright.
My skills exceed yours. Cut. There.
Joker, you missed? Persona. The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
Fire, ice, wings, and nuclear are still on the table.
Allow me.
Damn you. Persona. My
He
skills
does.
exceed yours.
He does. This man. He would. I love his stance too.
Persona.
It kind of gives me the it kind of gives me the Lelouch vibes. Maybe that's why I like him so much. It reminds me of Lelouch.
Go down. You need my help? Crow, following up.
Crow, looking good.
Do it.
Nice one, nice one.
All out attack.
This one's got huge defense.
Persona.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. It's fine.
Eat this.
Persona. Here. You want to dodge the enemy's attack.
Hmm.
There.
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
No more waiting.
Leave the rest to me.
Let's do it. This will probably kill, bro.
For the fist of the Phantom.
Get serious.
Sorry. Got him. All yours.
Time to go full power. Yeah.
Here.
Can't believe she hit him with the aura thing.
I love that reference.
Shut up, Futaba. You did it. Oh god, everyone above. Oh, look at that. That'll catch your pictures. Small.
My persona has gained new power.
Deadly Furious. Which was never still one for. Oh, we look at their time times. Basically, Rising Slash, but better. Wait, listen to what I've got to say. People that kill their own criminals, they escape the law, and police can't touch them. Just like you Phantom Thieves, I'm working to get rid of evil ones, folks. Let me go. You're not the same with us. We're not the same. The Phantom Thieves would never murder people. No, help me. I don't want to disappear.
Don't be ridiculous!
Say that after you murdered so many people. You better accept that you lost already. Prepare yourself. Fine, do what you want. Remember though, evil that ought to be erased will just keep popping up after I'm gone. You'll destroy evil in a way that's different from yours. You can disappear without worry. Hi, cat. Interesting. Well, I suppose we should probably open this up real quick. Ooh, it's open. I'm gonna expand the range of our exploration. Let's keep going. Oh yeah, this is we made it to some kind of new area. This place is a lot bigger than what I've heard. The shadows here would be strong too, be careful.
Starting the search.
But limit to scan ability, identify everything on this floor. I mean, I was just gonna leave.
I have something.
But if she's going to identify double stamp, I'm gonna take the double stamp. 30! That's a lot. 30 is a little much. I don't know about that one, my guys. That's a bit steep. Okay though.
Is it just me, or do I?
Here's the. Alright, 3 stamps. That's good for me right now. I know there was a chest, but I don't really care. A lot of the stuff in the chest is not really worth it. Kind of junk. So we'll swing to entrance. I'll go deal with the alarm real quick.
Do you need something?
And then head back home and call it. Ugh.
Pursue rehabilitation with all your body and soul.
Justine, this is the path you have walked.
I wanted
You wish to register it to the compendium. Are you certain? You wish to register it to the Are you certain? You wish to register it to the compendium? Are you certain?
Alright, cool.
Alarm time, inmate! Prepare for the unexpected. Choose wisely! Get ready for this!
Let's use the result so we can make sure we're getting the stuff. We can go to 47s now. But...
It is neither remarkable nor unremarkable.
That is a weird looking persona.
You okay with this?
Oh.
Begin searching.
We can also do network fusion too. I guess that's always an option, right?
That's a pretty strong one.
Listen, that's kind of a cool looking persona. So too bad it's a level over.
It is neither remarkable nor unremarkable. You okay with this?
Oh, this guy.
Choose which skills to inherit.
Well, continue to Curse Bloodline. Counter Strike. Psychic.
This could bestow an extraordinary power.
Go
Both of
for
you to work.
We did it. Who created the big elephant man? Horror seems kind of weak here, actually. But I almost think getting rid of Elder Fang makes more sense. There we go. Ugh. That turned out great. All right.
I see. This is certainly a powerful persona.
Oh, cool, a wind one. Especially given we haven't had like a lot of
One
those.
of my favorites. Send it to a world different than this one. It is neither remarkable nor choose which skills to inherit.
This is probably a bad idea, but...
This should confer some small power.
Hopefully this actually creates and doesn't get bodied. It got bodied. We can still create something new though. That's all. Oh, that is new. It's like a big sperm snake.
Well now, a most unexpected turn of events.
Yeah, that is a very weird thing to have happen. Alright, well.
True, Dad.
Time to go home. Back. How do I put this? That you made it home. Same thing, subject. Yo, Kashi, what is it? Got any idea who the true culprit might be? Oh yeah, you said you saw a masked guy, right? I wanted to ask that too. Did you really see him? That masked guy's gotta be the true culprit, right? If the so-called true culprit is acting alone, then there can be no mistake about it. I see. This question is, who is that masked man? Fortunately, I do not know that much. The useless. That is quite harsh. Well, you're making me blush? That wasn't a compliment. At this point, I have yet to even grasp any clues. But once this is dealt with, I will surely capture them. I promise you that. I'm counting on you. Perfect. Leave it to me. It may sound somewhat odd for me to say this, but I am an exceptional detective. I assure you, I will catch this culprit. Look forward to it.
He doesn't have any clues, but he's confident enough to say he can definitely catch the guy. No wonder he's a star detective. Even the way he talks about these things is different from us.
Exactly. He's all in on that mental game. Alright, well now that we've finally made it back, do a quick little decorations.
should write something.
But we're going to call it here. I don't really know what I'll do when, or for the nighttime when we get back, because we just finished up the game, but you know, whatever. But we'll transition over to the sea later, because I'm tired. Tired of that. I don't know, it's also about that time. I don't think I have anything. I mean, I've updated stuff, or updated like the graphic stuff. I should update this one, honestly. That's my old like BB tag team. I should change it to like my, I don't know, maybe like my characters in Grand Blue or something. I don't know, but I'll continue to update things as it goes on with stream and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't really have anything else really. I don't think. I mean, check out the VOD channel if you really want to. This stream will be going up there too. It probably won't be uploaded for another like 6 hours. Because I don't control that. YouTube does. It's got all of them there though. Literally all of them. I'm literally gonna be throwing it over there as soon as I'm done here, or as soon as I hit end stream. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, I don't really think I've said it already, but I don't think there's any like thing to say. I don't really have anything else. And I'll be back Saturday, probably playing Grand Blue. Either Grand Blue or I don't know. Probably Grand Blue. I'll probably just be Grand Blue. I can't think of anything else that I would do really. So that's what we'll do. Is we'll just play some Grand Blue. Yeah. That's all I've got. So until next time.